still having problems afterwards, we might need to like rehost or something like that. Again, I can figure that out. Right, Anubis. That's what I was talking about. I remember now. So, every day you, first of all, be careful. You might get shot. Second of all, you
we're talking to everyone else.
go around from place to place and you leave a tip here and there. You buy a couple of things. Nothing that is enough for me to actually want to deduct money off of your character sheet. But then I need you, because you are in the game, to roll me 2 D100s.
Me?
Yes.
All right.
Oh boy. Alright,
Okay.
Okay.
That's a 98.
It's 39. Oh, that could be interesting. Roll me a 2, 3.
I hate when Nolan makes you roll shit, but you don't know what it's for.
6. Roll me a D6. Nice and simple.
Yes. Is that good or bad?
That is simply rolling on a chart.
Damn.
Cool. Do you have any items that control storage? Yes, you have a bag of holding. We were currently storing 10,000 gold and 1,400 platinum.
Oh no.
Roll me a D3.
Oh god. I have to actually.
Roll a D6 divided by 2.
Can I do that? Right back.
Oh.
That works. 3. Oh. Oh.
Oh fuck hell.
Oh, that's interesting. Don't worry, you have a dope bow now. Who needs the rest of everything you're carrying?
Maybe money to, buy shit. I was planning on buying some shit.
Well, that might be a problem. 5E.
For now on, you guys are carrying my money.
No. Nope.
Why?
Oh, acquiring file list. Hell yeah.
I put it
Hey,
back.
so it just took a second.
Oh, Zadar took my money.
Yep. I'm joking.
Zadar did not take your money.
I did
I mean, Zadar could have liked to have attempted to take your money, if you would like for that to be a thing that happened.
not.
No.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Then, you notice a couple things, Anubis, over this downtime. It's not like an instantaneous change, and as such, you don't speak out about it. But eventually it gets to a significantly more noticeable point. First of all, your bag of holding and your backpack and the rest of your clothing continue to shift in appearance, and they begin to look more and more, natural. Your bag slowly starts to, become made of furs instead of tanned leathers, and they are, held together by much more simplistic systems and stitches and stuff like that.
Okay,
And your bag of holding starts to take on the appearance of. It almost looks like it has teeth around the opening, and it is made out of like what looks to almost be dragon hide.
Oh.
It actually looks incredibly intricate, far more intricate than your previous bag of holding. And your secondary roll, which is a 98, is a personal change. Roll me a D10.
Is that for the better or for the worst?
What?
Who knows?
The 98.
Who knows?
Okay. I'm really hoping that rolling high means good shit.
1 second.
Anubis, you're using all your good rolls right now.
I know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's scaring me.
Probably
Like
bad.
I rolled a 98, a D6 on a 6, a 3 on a D3, and then
it's probably
900.
bad because Anubis, you can't use your high rolls anymore. Not gonna be able to
No.
hit anything.
Honestly, I have
Roll a D4.
a D4. Oh my god. How many things I have to roll?
This is the last one, I promise. 3. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. You notice that your skin over these days has started to become almost metallic.
Ooh.
And starts to shift towards a gold color.
Uh-oh.
You are now a little bit gold.
Turning to Midas.
Do I gain AC because I'm 30?
I just want to preface this with no, like I can't play today.
Fair.
It's still good to hear your voice. I
Sometime
miss
this
your
weekend.
voice.
I'm
So
free this
taking
weekend.
an hour break,
I'm
and then I have to go back to
Oh,
studying again because I have a fuck ton
depending-
of shit to like.
No
tonight.
problem, dude. I had to submit 4 things today. You are good to take
Yup,
whatever time you
I
need to
do.
take today.
Literally on the 24th, like I'm pretty free for the rest of the week ish.
Okay.
Except for well, what day is it? Tuesday. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. So no, Thursday I'm busy as fuck. I have classes till 9. Friday I'm completely free, like all day.
Okay, depending on the weekend, I am. Depending on if it's Saturday or Sunday, I'm free. But I believe I'm also free Friday.
Anyways, I just wanted to say that I'm gonna head out, but I wanted to say hi
Well,
again
yeah,
because I missed
yeah.
you.
I'll schedule something for either this weekend or later Friday because I have classes till like 3:30 or something like that.
Yeah, all my classes like start
I'm-
at 3 and at 9. So.
I'm free on Friday at till 8 p.m.
By the
Alright.
way,
I am not free this weekend, so
are you
Fair
free
enough.
Friday?
All right, we'll see you guys. Have fun.
Cheers.
I
Talk to you
missed.
later.
I've changed a lot.
Okay, I'll see that. Peace.
Cheers.
All right. So, okay, I haven't changed that badly yet. Um.
Oh, actually, this is something that you will have to note down. I believe there's a section in your character for notes. There is.
Log.
That's where
Yeah,
I've been keeping my notes.
you can put it in
Oh.
notes or in log. The log is literally just a notes page. It's what it's for. It's technically for the adventure log, which includes your DCI number and your faction, which is used for Adventure League play as well as tournament games, which is essentially the same thing. If you'd
So
like
do I-
to learn more about that, it's a massively boring system that I don't recommend you ask me any more about, but I have played in it for a significant amount of time, so if there are questions, I can answer them. Yes, but the adventures section is for session by session. You can track things like how much XP you made, how much money you made, the actual time, both in game and out of game. If you unlocked any magic items, got anything from story, bought anything, you note take everything so that you can hand that sort of information to another GM if they would like to know where you got a specific item or something like that because they think it's a bit iffy that you have it.
Okay.
Otherwise, don't worry about that. You can just use it for note taking because it's kind of useful for note taking.
Should I just note down my skin change?
Yeah, your skin is starting to become a more metallic gold color, and other than that, not much of interest.
All right. Okay, not as bad as I thought. Little scary, but also I like the cool shit that I become more natural. I love that since I'm a ranger.
Right. So, other than that, Torak, how much money specifically did you end up spending again? Apologies.
So I've already spent 200 platinum pieces.
Okay.
And I'm now willing to spend 8,000 gold pieces.
Holy shit!
Give me a moment while I
Oh,
reopen.
and 99
spreadsheet.
platinum on top of that.
Damn.
Cool. So you're spending another 99 platinum is 990 gold plus 8,000 is roughly 9,000-ish. Want to give me an exact number on that, bud? Actually, I can probably. Oh, I can do it. I have a spreadsheet. Don't worry about it. I can calculate. This.
Okay.
This I can do. So you're adding 990 on top of your 2,200, not 2,200, 2,000. I can do math. On top of your 8,317.
Yep.
So this would equal
I'll throw everything at this thing. If I can get this going good, that means that I can keep shit going.
sum of all of that. All right, so you've spent a grand total of 11,307 gold pieces on this so far.
Okay.
Right.
And I do still have my employee discount? Will that help with like
That's-
supplies and everything or no?
That is not. Fuck it. You know what? Sure, why not? I will take that into account when when doing my math.
Okay, perfect.
So I've set up the rough final price of this, which means this is I've set a value, which is what it is going to end up costing if you just pour money and time into it and don't do anything like gathering rare materials or finding something that could assist you with this kind of thing. Like if you had the knowledge of a lich, or you got an intellect devourer that had stolen the mind of a super genius or something like that. You'd be
Can
able
I say that I
Ah,
was in contact with the wizard?
you can get in contact with the wizard for
Okay.
future progress on this item, because I promise you, the amount of downtime you've spent on this is a pittance in comparison to what it's going to require.
Okay.
So this is
End of session type thing.
this over this.
I swear.
That's the other. I did that backwards. This divided by this. Yes. That, and then that, and then I need to do. Should probably take that actually. Equals. If I can stop that. It's been a while since I've done this specific operation. I'm trying to. Got it. Cool. So, here's what I've got for you, my friend. Your rough estimation, based on just wealth spent creating this item so far. Oh wait, sorry, I need to take your fact that you're an artificer into account, which I didn't do.
Thank you.
Equals that.
And it's
With the
actually-
help of other
Yes.
artificers too.
We're gonna have to discuss that more because that will increase the amount of money you have to spend in total, but cut the amount of time you have to spend down by a lot. Because you have a lot of help. And then also I need to add the fact that you have the blueprint, which is another amount off of.
Oh, and I'm double proficient with any tools I use.
That's sort of where I'm getting the artificer thing. That with your current ability to work with lesser magic items, and you're just the fact you're a genius, and this is what you do.
Yes.
You have a fairly substantial bonus over anybody else attempting to do this.
Yes.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Perfect. I can do that.
Is it possible for me to assist that?
Theoretically.
I'm trying to take in like more of like helping and using my trait.
This
using
is not
skills.
something that unfortunately you are going to be able to assist with because it's an incredibly complicated arcane ability
Yeah,
that he has spent his entire life doing.
I thought so. Yeah.
Can we say he's around?
If again, this is not the kind of thing that you could gain
know.
advantage on from the help action because it is a long-term process.
Can I pretend like I'm
23
23
and
is pretty fucking good. It's a long-term
Flash of
process. You
Genius.
can add the flash of genius or anything to
Ah,
that because
damn.
this is just like this is over your entire downtime period.
Oh, okay, I get you.
While you are just doing this downtime, which again
Yep.
affects your current score.
Yep.
And with a 23, you think you are about 5% of the way to creating this item.
Oh my god.
Not
Oh
bad.
my-
Holy shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
5%?
That is an average between how much time you spend, how much money you've spent out of what you need, your skill level, and a bunch of other crazy factors that I've factored into the end of this thing.
Okay,
Sweet.
so what's the biggest thing holding me back from doing this?
Roll me a just general intelligence check.
Okay.
Flash of genius.
Can I add Flash of
Flash of
Genius to this?
This is you looking back on the amount of work you've done to because again you have the blueprint, which is your semi-final stage, which is even why you can even get these
And-
numbers. These
And I have
approximations
a
in the first
weaker
place.
version of the item as
This
well.
is true. Yeah, but so you can estimate with an intelligence check plus flash of genius, so we will know that this is at +5.
Yeah.
18,
So-
23. With a 23 again, you gain the idea that this is a immensely time-consuming process, and you're using entirely mundane materials are the two main things that are holding you back.
Okay, so I need to go find rare materials for this.
Yep, and it takes a long ass time to create a legendary magic item.
On the blueprint, would it say what kind of materials would help speed this up?
Roll me another Arcana check for deciphering ancient magical knowledge.
I can do that.
This is also something you could add Flash of Genius to because you are actively pursuing doing this good.
Okay, plus Flash of Genius, so +5, so 26.
26. A couple of materials that you should write this down, by the way.
Yeah, I love it. Notes log.
Get your notes section because I'm going to give you a couple very specific things because you got a 26. These are things that were said in the original production of this item. The only other time that you can, as of right now, find that one of these was ever made. Do you have a page open?
Yes.
Fantastic.
I have a thing said important materials.
Cool. So here are the following items that were used in the creation of the last one. These are sort of general reference ideas if you find other things that you think would fit based on the rules that are going to be established in the following items. Great. The items as given. The cerebral fluid of a mind flare.
Oh.
Mind, brain, no.
Illicit, if you'd like.
Brain, juice,
Yes.
mind,
Mind flare,
flare.
brain juice.
Okay.
The actual just an entire intellect devourer.
Intellect devourer. Okay.
Used last time was the notes of a ancient arcane lich.
Notes of a lich. And then I'll put a question mark next to it because that one I imagine is one that can be.
That one's more subjective, yeah, if you run into the right lich, sort of studying the right sort of thing. But
Yes,
most liches are pretty knowledgeable when it comes to creating magic items, as they create
Yeah.
some of the most powerful magic items in existence, and all of them have to in order to become a lich. Heh phylactery.
Yeah. So the reason why I'm putting a question mark next to this one is because if it's the notes of the lich and I have the blueprint, technically I would have the majority of the notes I would get from the lich already.
You would have. Well, the liches don't take the most direct or most common path. They take either interesting shortcuts or find new methods altogether, which is why they have the ability to possibly reduce the cost or reduce the time taken if you can find the right lich, because they found a different way of doing it because they had 10,000 years as opposed to whoever worked on this last time who probably had like 20.
Okay.
They just get to refine processes better than most other people because they're
Okay.
not people. As well as any sort of incredibly potent magical catalyst. These include things like the blood of a demon lord or the blood of a minor celestial, because blood of greater celestials would probably kill you. Other things like, I mean, there's a lot of blood types that'll do it, but that's just because I'm a necromancer main and I know about all the different blood types that have magical capabilities. But I'm sure you could find things like Vintium dust or something like that, like a powder that is just arcane in nature and could assist you. So any sort of powerful and probably more on the rare side arcane catalyst would assist you in this sort of process.
Okay.
Is the word I was looking for but couldn't find. Those are the things that are deciphered by you at the moment. So that's the
really-
kind of thing you have to go hunting for.
Yeah, the main thing is the magic catalyst.
Yeah, you can.
Actually, I can. Can I make a magic catalyst? Define a magic catalyst.
Different items with incredible arcane power that are also permanent.
Like a steel defender?
No, that's a creation. It's been imbued with magic. It is not innately magic. It does not hold
Okay.
magic that could be extracted and used, unless you'd like to
Yeah.
permanently remove your ability to make steel defenders.
Yeah, that would kind of be awful.
So it's like something that holds magical power that you could burn like fuel to accelerate your process.
Okay, so like
Like a
elemental essence would do it, or
Yeah, like if you could find, I don't fucking know, genie brains or the bones of a long dead dragon that retained its magical ability into like Dracolichdom or something like that. That's the kind of thing because it's just so magically potent that it continues to be able to carry that magical ability forward.
Torak's gonna spend a couple silver on a hacksaw apparently.
Yep.
Like a proper like a diamond hacksaw. Like this thing's gonna cut through just fucking anything, and he's like, all right. Oh Jesus.
All right.
Okay. So I have 317 gold pieces. I have no more platinum.
Oh no.
Hmm.
It's all gone.
It's not all. I still have 317. That's still quite a bit.
Compared
Look,
to
there
what
are-
we earned.
There are also like magical items, not magical items. Sorry, like magical materials that are just natural in the world. Like
And I can help
some-
you gather that.
some people say that just all of the water in the Feywild is magic. But you know that could also be Fey bullshit. So who really knows?
And I roll Arcana on that one.
That is not something that is known in arcane circles because very few people go to the Feywild and come back with intact notes.
Okay, so Torok, I am really good at finding and gathering resources. We will gather double the amount of resources if you let me help you. And
Oh yeah, I'm not. Torak's not subtle. He is like. There's currently a big note on truck that's like, fuck up a demon lord, take his blood.
1 second, boys.
Mind flare brain juice. Like it's writ like I've tried to write the notes as close to like Dublin as you can. Like they're all just bulletin boy points for the most part, but like he doesn't expect anyone else to be reading his notes, so it's like he doesn't give a shit.
Cool. You guys discuss this, or just brainstorm what other thing could be magical catalyst. Write them down, and I'll talk to you about it after. I have to quickly go talk to my dad about dinner. It should not take very long. We just need to discuss what we're having and stuff like that.
The bull.
All right.
We can go
Now-
fuck up the
Here,
bull.
back.
Actually, I'll tell you guys about. Okay, so right at the end of the last session, I had a dream.
Yeah.
I had
Actually, we're
a-
all in a tavern, just chatting.
I
Yeah, Torek
had
was
a
just
dream.
scrolling for like a minute, just like I need a brain of a mind flare.
I'm just imagining like he's like just his chin is on the table, his elbows are just up, his hands are in the air, just like ah. But so basically, I was on top of a cliff, and I was in like nature. I was on top of a cliff with a huge drop. It was dark, rainy, and there's lightning striking near me. And then, oh, Zadar, do I need to pause? I'll wait for Zadar.
Okay, so
You good?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, you just started streaming, I'm guessing?
I've been going for 20 minutes.
Oh, fuck.
Nice. Oh, all right. So then I heard a voice, and then turns out it was one of the members of the Circle of Four.
You told me this, yeah.
So- No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're talking about your dream with the Circle of Four, and that's about it.
So yes, I talked to the one of Circle of Four. They said to hand over the 2 artifacts because we are way out of our depth. And then they said to prove our power, we will destroy kingdoms.
Oh,
Yeah, we're currently in like the period strongest kingdom like out there. Like I think the dwarfs are the only ones that are more built in.
But to be fair, considering how powerful these guys probably are, considering
powerful.
yeah, they could probably find a way. And so that's one of the talking points to talk to the king about that.
Torax, I don't think you understand. They are powerful. People are in the Empire scared shit. Like, they're scared to shit also.
Torek
What?
looks at you as he holds his gun.
I'm back.
Me?
No,
Returns to Torek
Zadar.
holding a gun.
Oh.
Yes.
I told him about the dream, Nolan.
Yeah.
Which dream?
The one with the
Oh, the creepy
circle-
dream. Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to
Yeah,
do something really quick, so you guys can continue.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You let it have a thing.
I know. Um
Hmm.
mm. I okay.
Still,
I
though,
do-
for the Circle of Four to attack this kingdom specifically, they would need a lot more firepower than I think they have, at least on hand.
I don't know. They seem fairly powerful. But still, I'm going to still warn the king about it.
Yeah. I mean, do that, because, like, why not?
Where are you guys
I know.
having this discussion is the real question.
In a tavern.
Oh, my
In the
tavern.
tavern? In your
Right
tavern,
before-
specifically.
Yes.
Right before this is
Torak is very much so like, unless he's out and about, like, somewhere far away from his wife, he will not go into another tavern because she will kick his ass.
That's fair. No, that makes sense. I like the reasoning behind that. Works for me.
Yeah.
And because I still only have the tavern image from what's it called?
By the way, if I can roll well enough, I've planned attack strategies in the next fight. If I roll well enough, I can do up to possibly 200 damage in one shot. With a max
Okay.
of that?
They
It's
gotta
legal.
remember, if they attack here, they have to go through every single one of these pillars, armed to the teeth with guards.
Still,
And I spent the last like 5 years making sure they had better weaponry. So like,
still,
Yep.
it's still a cause for concern.
yeah, but like
It's better to be overprepared than underprepared.
the Gnome Depot alone could probably fuck their shit up.
Okay, what if you're underestimating them? You know?
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, okay.
I'm speaking from like,
I'm talking about the circle of four shit.
yeah, and I'm talking about that too. They're not gonna attack here. They're going to attack somewhere else, sure, but
I'm just. What's the harm in warning him though?
I mean, yeah. But at the same token, like,
It's okay. I know what you're saying. It's most likely not going to be here because of how powerful they are. But still, it's worth a bit of advice to notify him.
I don't think you realize how hard it is to get like to talk to the king.
Um, I, is oh well. I still have a.
You
I've met. That's not the main reason why I'm going. I have a
you
bunch of
talk to
other
like a
reasons.
baron at most. We had brunch with him. Like I guess I could call him.
Say that we have
Like I worked
him a
for him
ring.
for yeah, like
important.
I worked for him for years. It'll be fine.
We have important news to discuss with him.
Don't be vague. Just write a note saying, "Hey,
Shit could be bad.
it
Yeah.
could be bad. Circle of four still a thing."
Well, also I want to talk about other shit, and I also want to see the king. He's a cool dude.
That wasn't the king you talked to.
That wasn't.
No, you've never met the king.
Oh, who was it that I talked to then?
That was Wolf something. I know the name. Insert name here.
Insert name here.
It's in my other it's in Martin's notes. I don't have Martin's notes on hand though. Actually, we just give a note to Martin and he'll pass it on.
Actually, okay, then can we talk to him instead?
Uh sure, let's go find Martin.
Not Martin.
Well, you'd be passing a note to
Do you think you'd actually know the name, by the way?
yes, Torek worked for him for years.
That's true.
I imagine he would.
That would be the head of the family Winterwolf,
Winterwolf, yes. I knew it was Wolf something.
a man by the name of Gherkin.
Gherkin.
Gherkin. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go see Gherkin then.
Oh, yeah, do you mind giving me a rest just so I can get back my spill slot?
I thought I did that. Apologies. Yeah, because you guys have been here for a while. That's
Yeah.
not even. I didn't even click the right fucking thing.
And actually, it
Uh,
would be easier to give a note to Martin, who is the head of security.
Martin is
Well,
an
not head
interesting
of
character
security.
when it comes to
Yeah.
the thing. He definitely
Correction.
has a
He's
little bit.
on.
He's
He's on his head of security because, like, Martin, combat
he-
prowess is very
he-
good.
he's definitely on the list of important individuals you might want to know in the event that some crazy shit's going down. But there's also some other rather powerful martial characters that happen to be around.
Yes. But what I'm saying is, the easiest one to pass a note to would be
Oh, yeah, you could
Martin,
definitely go. You
and
could
then
definitely
Martin would
give contact.
vouch for our word. Which, if I like, if my mindset is right, that would be the correct way to go about a court. Because
Yeah, but I
as it
misclicked that. One
stands,
second, I just accidentally launched a game from fucking 2015, which is gonna mess with all my aspect ratios. Ugh.
because as it stands currently, is Zadar looks and walks like a mercenary thief. Anubis looks like a crazy golden person.
No, I don't. I
Who has
look like a natural man.
He's only a little bit golden so far.
Yeah,
It
but
looks just like
still.
I have jaundice. That's all people think. I have a little bit of jaundice.
You're also very metallic. You have
It's-
that copper poisoning thing too. You're good.
Still, if
I have copper poisoning.
Looks like you do because you're metallic.
if
Oh.
still if the four are addressing you personally, they would not trust you to be around.
Me?
Because of the nature of magic, they could be spying on you specifically, and because you have the eye above your head,
Not anymore.
Torek would not
I
trust
think
you to go near anyone
I'm
of
going to
royalty
give
right
a quick explanation of how you would ever get an audience with the king. It's a fairly simple process. You literally, you either write a note and send it in, and then you can, possibly get a thing. So you have to request audience. You have to give a reason for requesting audience, and you have to give sort of a brief description over sort of the problem that you have, and then if they want more, they might just attempt to solve the problem outright. Like if you say we're not getting enough water in the lower district, there's no point in calling you in to have a conversation with that. They'll probably just fix it. But they only call you in if they think they would like to gather more information in a more timely manner than sending letters back and forth.
So I'm gonna talk from a meta perspective real quick. Torek is personally trying to block him from seeking an audience with the king.
I got
Oh,
that.
you
The reason why this is out of character, but the reason why
Oh
Torek
no
is doing
no
that
no
is
no
because
no!
Torek saw
No,
that you were being scryed on, and Torek knows
I was
magic.
being scried on.
Yes, that's
I was
why
fine.
he got you the pendants.
Oh well, I'm not being.
You are so much more fucked than you think you are.
No.
That
Trust me,
Torek
I
is like,
know I'm
I am
fine.
not letting you near the king in case there's a chance, even a slight chance, that you could become corrupted. Because Torek has seen you hit things a lot harder
Lately.
than anything he's seen before. So he is not taking the chance of letting you near them.
How about
Martin can take a hit.
my
He's
bow.
okay with you seeing Martin. Martin isn't a high-standing political figure. Martin will not, like, if Martin dies, it's no one's really gonna care much.
Okay, what I'll say this to Torok.
But
he
if
has
you
my
take the
concern,
shot at the king,
we will all die. I know that. But what if I tell you this? I'll hand you my bow.
no.
When
Again,
you say
out,
that, Anubis,
out of
your
character.
heart feels like it stops for a second.
Oh, never mind.
Here, how about I said that in character, but in a different language? That's why he spoke clearly.
Okay. Not the bow. Not the bow.
Yeah.
I'll give you
So
my
no, you're not going anywhere near the king. I'm sorry, but that's
What if
not
I
happening.
give you my
You're
quiver?
not.
I have no ammunition.
We both know that you can summon magical ammunition.
I can't actually.
I know how arcane focuses work.
I don't have that. I'm
I
not
s-
lying to you. I can't. I can't.
I've seen you rain arrows from the sky.
I got rid of that actually. Actually, no, wait, I didn't.
How many of your fucking spells did you swap out?
No, I do have it. Never mind.
Yeah, no,
Oh, no. Here's the thing.
Let me put it this way.
No.
Let me
Listen.
put it this-
Listen.
no,
Just wait.
no.
Wait. I have a point. The
I'm
spell
about to cast
says
silence
you
on you.
chant a minor incantation. I can't be silenced. My bow gives me that perk.
Hey, then I'm about to blind you. Then
I can't be blinded either.
really?
Yeah, I can't be blinded or deafened.
What about
You
restrained?
actually read your bow?
Yes, I did.
I'm amazed.
I can be restrained, but you can't stop me from talking. So you chant a minor incantation, brushing the arrows in your quiver. So I need to have arrows on me to use that spell. Other than that, I can't use anything.
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
So
You're a
here's
man
another.
who's
You
smart.
know,
Use
since I'm the
logic.
GM and I can either talk as an NPC in world or I can talk as an omnipotent voice in your head.
Here, how about
Um,
this? Torek has his wife sitting there with him.
That's fair.
You
I'm
can
not
talk to
going
her.
to talk through your wife because I think your wife would probably be on your side. And the thing I was about to say was on Anubis.
Oh no,
to Anubis's brain.
she does not give a shit.
Fair. 0 fucks were given.
Like, this is why
No,
Torek
and
respects her on such a
I
level.
don't actually know enough about your wife to play her as a character yet.
Honestly, just
And
do
as
the-
such, I'm going to avoid that until I know a little bit more.
I'd say, from what I've gathered, just do the deepest voice you can possibly think of.
I love
That's perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm not running his I'm not running his wife like that yet, unless that's what he decides. Again, he has full
Literally
creative
just
control.
think an orc chieftain.
Will do, not
That-
now. Anubis, you feel as if there is something sort of playing with the not cables. You're not a fucking robot. What are the bits that carry veins? Arteries.
Arteries,
Carry
yeah.
veins. Arteries. Someone is playing them like they're a guitar. You
Someone's
can
playing
feel
my
them
arteries
moving around inside you every time you speak of talking to the king, informing him about this circle of 4. And it seems like there's a fight going on of somebody trying to stop you and somebody trying to encourage you.
Ooh. Ooh. All right.
Seems as if different sides of this conflict that all happen to be inhabiting you as a tiny microcosm like the proxy wars during the Cold War, there's a battle going on.
All right. Torok. If I am without weapons and without any possible way of hurting this king, who is also, as you say, even if I had my weapons, I wouldn't be able to stop him. How am I a threat? And if you have to, you can just restrain me. You can handcuff me.
So, let me put it this way. I take out my homunculus. Now look at this thing. Normally, it shoots something. It does a very small amount of damage, correct? Like you've seen it shoot something. It does about the same as like a punch would do.
Yeah.
Sure, a punch from a giant laser eye, but like still, it doesn't actually pack a punch. Until I can cast a spell through it.
I'm not a pet.
To these creatures, you might as well be. The reason why is because there's such a giant disparity between us both, and I like gesture up to the homunculus. See, on its own, it would be it could exist without me probably. Like if I just let it go right now and let it do its own thing. Sure, it need occasionally it might need repairs, but it could do that on its own. However, because I'm me, I'm quite a bit more than this homunculus. I created it. It's fine. I can cast through it because I control it. You cannot confirm that something will not take control of you. That is just how this situation plays out. So you don't have to cast anything. But let's say let's say that they're levels. So let's say I'm a level 10. And if a level 20 decides that the thing that it sees through decides, I'm gonna cast a fireball through it.
Interjection, just to make for fucking clarity's sake. You can talk about your characters in character with actual levels and spell levels and stuff, because even though your characters wouldn't be using that exact language, that is a direct translation. That is your characters are speaking in a way that makes sense for their world, where you are just talking. Again, I don't think it makes any sense that people go, well, we shouldn't go to that part of the castle yet because we haven't cleared that goblin pile yet, and that goblin pile is probably going to give us levels and experience and gear that we need to beat that. That's a bullshit excuse. People that argue against that, have a bullshit excuse because, well, we don't know about our experience levels. We don't know about losing out on that stuff. But your characters aren't fucking stupid.
Yeah, that's true.
They
Okay,
understand that death is a thing that can happen, and they would like to avoid it.
Okay, so I'm a level 10 artificer. I'm pretty good at what I do. However, if a level 20th artificer decides to fuck my shit up, I ain't gonna be able to stop that. There is such a big gap between where we currently are and where what's threatening us is that you might as well be a pet if they decide you're a pet. If they decide any of us is a pet, we're fucked. Which is why we got the pendants, is to try and delay that. Because the second you touch that bow, the second I saw that big fucking eye, and guess what? The Feywild don't need to spy on us.
Zadar,
Yes.
roll me a perception check.
Oh no.
Oh,
Uh,
I like where this is going.
okay.
So my goal is not to interrupt your conversation. I just need to perceive. Cool. Zadar, you start to hear the ringing of a bell. Not like a large church bell, but like a hand bell. Something that could be carried around by somebody. And then you hear yelling. But since you're inside and there's a conversation happening, there's probably music playing in the tavern, other people having like conversations and stuff like that. It's hard to make out what is being yelled. Sorry, go back to whoever would like to do something.
Also,
All
real
right.
quick,
We can write a note. That can be fine. But we pass it off to someone else to deliver for you.
But this is about the Minotaur fight, and that's gonna happen. It should happen very soon.
That's okay. That's why we write the note.
All right.
It'll be
how about-
passed off to the
that-
correct hands. But you do not get to see anyone important right now
How
because
about
we don't know enough information.
so not the king, but let's say I go see the guy when the last guy we saw, the one that works for the king.
I'll be back, but yeah, I'll be back when my siblings fall asleep.
Fair enough. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying, can we go see the wolf guy or whatever, the one we saw last time that Grunk became good friends with?
Did you have an evil bow in your hand when you did that?
No.
Then no.
Well, he's less important, but he's still useful. He can still help us.
Write a note. That is
It
what I'm
won't-
saying.
I'm already losing time. You see, I'm changing. We don't have time for that.
And because you're changing is why we don't have time. You see the parallels I'm drawing here is don't know how long you have. The powers that will keep this place from crumbling if we're attacked in range of you.
Okay, I have something else then. I have a different idea. What if I talk to him, but my body isn't there?
Like a sending stone? We could do that, I guess.
That, or I could use one of I think my pseudo dragon who has a telepathic link with me.
I thought you didn't make that a familiar yet.
No, I think it's automatic.
He hasn't gained a couple of specific traits. The animal is still bound to him.
Okay, but we could just use sending stones. They're like fucking 2 gold. Actually, do you have a sending do we ever pick those up?
No.
I think you sold them off, unfortunately.
Yeah,
You
we
might
should
not
probably
have.
pick we should probably pick up at least 2 of those. Yeah, so go buy a sending stone,
What?
write a letter, put the sending stone with the letter, and then we'll pass it off to
Why-
somebody.
Why don't
They'll
I just
pass
use
it
my?
off, and then it'll get to the right person.
Wait, did we say my pseudo dragon doesn't have? I can't.
You you could, okay, depends on the actual like level that the telepathic link is, because there's different levels of telepathic link.
He can communicate simple ideas, emotions, and images.
Difficult to have a conversation. Yeah, yeah. Your dragon is psychic enough that you can communicate that sort of stuff.
All right. So,
So I guess it's psionic enough, but you know.
all right. Ooh. Okay. So, can I just? Is there a limit to how much I can say?
You can't say anything.
I mean, on a sending stone.
Sending
No,
stones.
they're walkie-talkies.
Different ones have different
Oh, are they?
limits. They have per message caps, I believe. But I don't know if they ever run it. Here, I'll check. Sending
Do I need to,
stones.
do I need to stay within the minutes?
Sending stones. To be used to cast a sending stone. Once a day is how sending stones work. But it gives you a free casting of the sending spell, which is a 3rd level spell once a day for free. 25 words over any distance, instantaneously. And they get to reply within the same constraints.
So
Okay,
it's
here,
like
you
a
write a letter, send the sending stone with a place to meet an advisor, opposed to
Wait,
like
so
the
the sending
king.
stone is just like one message back and forth.
Yeah, you can send a text message to anybody on the planet as long as they have the other sending stone.
All right.
Yeah,
So
so-
why don't we just do that then?
Meeting an advisor?
No, I mean sending the stone to either the king or the guy we saw last time.
Sure.
I mean, it's like a walkie-talkie or texting almost, isn't it?
Yeah, just write a letter and then send it to him, and then with the sending stone, so if he has any questions, you can respond to it.
Okay.
And then should they feel comfortable enough with with meeting you, that'll be
And
fine.
the only problem is there could be some negotiating.
What's there to
Is-
negotiate? Hey,
I have topics.
there's the circle of 4, they know about my shit, and they could be coming to attack here.
I have many other
Well, because
things.
this is taking
talking
like a
about.
long ass time, and I'm happy
Okay.
it's taking a long ass time, but we're just going in circles at this point.
Okay,
We have
is there
returned
any-
to this exact conversation point twice. This is the
Yes.
3rd time we've been here.
Is there
You're
any
allowed
better?
to not agree with each other, but you should act on it instead of continuing to discuss it because we don't have the time for that.
Okay. Is there any better forms of communication? Like something that is like I talk through one end and he can hear it and he can instantly respond.
Nothing that you have.
Oh,
Could I
yeah.
buy something like that?
Depends. Have you tried to buy anything recently?
Recently? Have I tried to buy
In
anything?
the last 3 days of downtime?
I bought the health potions.
Yeah, that was early in it, I'm gonna say, for your sake.
No, because I was going to yesterday, but I guess not.
How many
Fair enough.
sessions have you guys had?
Many?
Fuck.
He's been walking around gathering information, doing some discussions and stuff.
Yeah.
By the
Dang,
way,
and still only 5%? I'm kidding.
I need to get you again. It was only 3 days worth of talking to people.
Oh, okay.
Again, all that that's why there was downtime hours for the rest of the party, because those guys spent their time doing things. That's how downtime gets assigned.
Yep.
Because time passes. So, Anubis,
Mm-hmm.
you have gotten your forewarning from your friend Torak. He has told you his opinions on what you should do. What are you doing?
I want to see if there's any better communication devices.
So, where are you going to find that?
I will ask Torok.
Gnome Depot.
Gnome Depot.
Fantastic. Right. So, that's stupid. That's dumb. That's a joke. That's dumb. Cool. They tell you that once you get there, that if you'd like, depends on how far away you need to be for this discussion.
I could just be like right outside.
Well, no, we'll just have you in the tavern, so 3 circles away, so that's not very far.
Okay.
How far are you telling them you need to be?
What's the distance between the circle where uh
You're in like the 5th layer. You're going to the political layer, which is the 3rd layer. That makes the distance. Do you want me to give you the simple number or the actual number?
Simple.
just which sending stone we need to buy?
Yeah.
I imagine Torak's done the math on this just to make weaponry for everybody,
Yeah, so he's probably done the trigonometry that is required because it is, up slightly.
Yep.
So direct math by your calculations to the king or to Gherkin?
We'll just go with Gherkin because I believe he's head of military.
Yeah, he
Actually,
pretty
yeah,
much
that's
owns
good.
the military.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go with Gherkin because he's the one that would need to know anyways.
He's also the military advisor to the king.
Yes. So if he knows, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm okay.
The math on that is about 4.5 kilometers.
Okay.
No, that's wrong. I missed a 0. 45 kilometers.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry,
So
this place is a little bit large.
Yeah,
a tiny bit.
that's why Torak's not really concerned if they attack here. He's like, yeah, good for a lot.
It's like
I do understand.
attacking a modern
I'm
city.
still worried though. So, also, how expensive would the sending stone be?
So a single set of sending stones.
And this would allow me to like have a full-on conversation with them.
No,
Oh, Is there nothing that?
that is
Yeah,
not how
would
sending
I-
stones work.
would
There
I
are
be able to
items that could do that.
Would I be able to modify a sending stone to allow a couple
Oh,
more messages? No.
By the way, sending stones, they're only 300 gold for a set. So, but that's a single 25 words one way and another 25 words back. That is a single casting of the sending spell. That is how that works. There are other options, more options that allow up to 10 minutes of communication, like the ways of the magic mirror that I can't remember the fucking name of.
How expensive is that?
1 second.
Taking me way too long. It shouldn't be.
There's it's from apparently it's not from 5th. It's from 3.5.
Oh.
That's fine. I'll run it anyways. So it can be used in order to there's a brother and a sister mirror, or 2 brothers, or however the fuck you want to do it. I don't give a fuck. 2 connected mirrors. When the command word is spoken on one, it activates both of them, and there becomes like you get a FaceTime talk for up to 10 minutes once a day, as long as you are on the same plane of existence.
Yep. So that's what we need. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's what we need. Yeah.
That is 5 grand.
With a
Torak?
20% discount.
That is 4 grand.
Torak, You owe me.
Thorak is broke.
I know. I'm saying when he gets money
I owe you.
because you're making me do this.
I'm
You
trying
could
to keep
ignore
you
his
from
recommendation. You can just walk
dying.
into
Yeah,
the
you
King's
can.
Hall if you'd
You
like.
would
You can
stop
do it
me.
if you. Nah, I'll just be there to shoot you when you go evil.
Yeah,
Alright,
fine.
just-
You could.
you have
That's
to
why I
pay
said you
for-
could make
you
your own
pay
decision.
for half. You pay for half.
I have 317 gold pieces.
I mean, in the future.
All right, remove either 400 platinum or 4,000 gold from inventory, Anubis. Your choice.
Torak, will you pay me half? Because
We
I'm
could just-
doing this because of your
we could-
concerns. I'm doing this for you.
fuck it, just go up there then.
I guess you're
I
not that
said just write a
concerned anymore.
note. Like it's not
I-
hard to write a note
I
saying,
mean, I
"Hey,
have like 8 different things I need to tell him, and I need to go in detail.
you've only told me one."
I know. All right, so you do not care if I go up now.
He just kind of face palms. He's like, "Okay, so you have several different things you want to talk about, but you've only told me one, and the one thing you told me I said could be put in a note.
All right.
Do
Okay.
you
so
see the
let me
confusion here?
let me explain to you. Do you want
Just
me to explain to
go
you?
up to him and talk to him. I don't care."
All right, you're coming with me though, and
Yeah,
Zadar.
damn right. I need to shoot you if you go
Alright.
bad.
I want you to take my quiver and all my arrows for me right now.
Okay, he does it. He throws in a bag of holding.
And then I don't believe I have anything else on me that I can do to hurt.
He also takes
Uh,
your. I'm gonna sleight of hand and take your knife.
I don't have a knife anymore.
Oh, you sold it?
Yeah, for my quiver.
For
Okay.
fucking
I
something.
do
You
have
sold a
I
lot
do
of
have
shit.
I do have 2 short swords though, so take those as well.
Yeah, I
Sure,
take
sure.
those. Bag of holding.
I don't. None of my spells do anything without arrows. None of them do damage without arrows.
Actually, you
Quite
know what?
possible.
I put them in Truck's mouth.
Okay.
So
Oh.
they're not in a bag of holding. They're just being held by Truck. Good luck getting them out if you try to pull them out, but
All right, and then I want to tell my animals to like my creatures to just stick by me. But if I tell them to do anything wrong, ask Torok to confirm or go against it.
I'll just shoot you.
No, I mean like if I tell them to do anything wrong,
You also just
look
shoot
at
the bird. Pretty
Yeah,
sure
I'll just
birds
shoot
die
it.
at guns.
my pseudo dragon. Don't fucking kill my pseudo dragon.
Torok
I'm
just
telling
holds
him,
up a
Your very
sign.
mortal companion.
I'm telling him to listen to you. Don't kill him.
Torok holds up a sign, and as you read it, it just says, "I'm a goblin," in every language he knows. So
Fine.
he's
Fucking
just
has
like,
it on a
Put
business
away
card.
your. Okay, fine.
An
Zadar,
impossibly small font.
Yeah.
I'm giving the responsibility to Zadar.
very well lit.
The
written,
czar.
too.
Okay.
Okay, and also, if you do kill him, I don't care if I'm evil or not. It's not an evil act. I'm murdering you. Just warning you now.
Okay. He hands
Alright.
you the business card.
Anyway, let's go.
So you're going to walk from the fifth, no, what, seventh ring? From the where the fuck are you? Seventh? I think you're in the seventh because there's the external city, which is outside the main ring, and then there's the internal, secondary, internal, regional.
Yeah, we're in the same ring as
Yes, so you're
Fantasy
heading
Costco.
all the way up to the middle, to the very center of this city.
I'm still not letting him talk to the king though. If he wants to
No,
talk
no,
to
no,
the
no.
military advisor, I'm down. But
I'm definitely military advisor is the one I'm going for.
Okay,
Okay.
so you do not go to the very center of the city. You go to the the political ring, which is the second ring. Cool.
yes,
Going there, that's much better for most things, probably. Who knows? We'll find out. Yeah. So you've been here before, Torak. You know where you're going.
show my
uh,
IDs and everything like that as
yeah,
we go through.
Fortunately, this group has also been seen before. I mean, not in this current configuration, but I'm gonna count it anyways.
Yeah.
You guys are allowed in. You're led to the same dining room that you were in when the swap happened, etc. And you're told that Gherkin is currently in the middle of a drill. He will return in about half an hour. If you require anything, there are multiple bells on the table. Simply ring them, and you can request whatever you might need from the kitchens, etc.
Um,
I would
can
like.
I change something with Martin?
What?
There's something particular that needs to change right now.
Sorry, this just popped in my head, and I want to just say it before it leaves again.
Okay.
You said the leader of Wolf something. I'm so bad with this name.
Yeah.
Is a barbarian type person, yes?
Quite possibly.
Can I swap out the 2 levels in Paladin for 2 levels in Barbarian and have Martin's Rune be a part of like that configuration of like tattoos?
Quite possibly.
That'd be cool.
Cool. Put that in a message to me either in DMs or in your private chat in this server.
Okay.
Mainly because I'm pretty sure I will forget because I have the memory span of a goldfish.
Same. That's
Cool.
why I needed to get that out quick. Is
Yes,
that
write
way
it
it's
down.
out there.
Will be remembered. Do you request anything to the table before your host arrives?
I request, no matter what I do, please don't kill me. Explain later.
You're talking to a butler.
Just tell him to tell him that, and I will
I
explain more
just
when he gets here.
facepalm. I just facepalm so hard. I'm like, he's going to show up with like double the armed guards now.
That's probably for the best, to be honest.
Like he's going to show up with an executioner's axe.
I know. I'm just
That's
saying.
pretty normal for him, though.
That is true. He's
That
a
is
military.
true.
And honestly, if I caught him by surprise, he would kill me on the spot. If I warn him, he might just try to restrain me.
Torek goes about purposely making himself look more disheveled.
Fair.
Because I'm pretty sure Torek is like confident in the fact that this guy prefers to think that Torek's a bit of an idiot.
Fair.
Because
well-
then
well,
he'll
I'm-
feel less threatened about a goblin being inside the keep.
Fair.
I also am playing with my pseudo dragon at the moment while we're waiting.
Cool. Roll me an animal handling check.
Yay. I am proficient in this.
Hasn't stopped you fucking it up before.
No, I got mauled twice by that tiger.
I'm aware. It's what I was referencing. Didn't fuck it up this
Boom!
time, though.
Natty
Cool.
20. That hasn't happened in so long.
Especially not on something that matters. Jesus.
Oh, I'm taking off my hoodie.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm guessing we have like the time of our
Cool.
lives.
Yeah, you actually feel more bonded to this creature. In fact, in the bonds on your character sheet under the notes, I don't actually remember where the fuck it is in these character sheets.
Log?
Under notes,
Yes.
bonds, you can now add your pseudo dragon to your bonds.
Wait, are we?
You are bonded.
What does that mean?
Who knows?
Forgot about this guy too.
Quite possibly step one in the direction you're trying to go.
Ooh.
So, after you faff around for a while, eventually you can hear the heavy footfalls of your host approaching. Minorly more rapid than you might have expected for someone walking through his own house. And after just a moment, he comes like shoulder first through the door, which apparently didn't open fully because you can see that it's now hanging by one of its hinges. As he stands sort of bared down above all of you, going, "What?"
That's not his voice.
I'm aware.
Oh, I thought he was a nice guy.
I'm instantly rolling Arcana on that.
Yeah.
Sure.
I want to roll perception to see what's wrong with him.
Cool, Torak. You see that his eyes are slightly blue in color. More blue, like, and I don't mean like his blue eyes are blue. That's unsurprising. I mean the whites around his eyes are more blue than you would have expected.
Casting detect magic.
Cast detect magic. Are you casting it just as a cast?
Wait, can I use my
Yeah, like
perception?
this is Torek is instantly red lights. Like
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry, would you?
This
Would
ain't
you?
right.
Anubis, what?
I was rolling a perception to see if I could notice anything about him.
Sure, roll perception. Well, he looks fucking furious, and you can see there's this blue light in his eyes.
Oh, nothing new.
No, Torek, you cast that. You detect a couple of fun things, mainly
Alright, what?
enchantment. As in 5th edition enchantment, not enchantment as enchantment.
okay.
That's really all that matters actually here. I guess there's like he's sort of glowing. A lot of his gear is very magical. But in pertaining to this specifically, eyes are giving off more enchantment than you think is normal.
I turn to Anubis and shoot at his feet with a beanbag.
Ow!
No, not at you. I shoot at your feet. with the beanbag. I don't shoot you this time.
What?
This is more of a
I still
hey.
say ow because that hurts my toes.
Okay, it's more
okay.
like it's
It does. It does.
Torek's trying to tell you, hey, careful what you fucking say. This ain't right.
I know. Ow! I get it. I get it.
So Torek begins to inscribe trunk as he's like watching uh, the big Bowus.
Yeah.
Is Martin there or
Martin is not here.
okay, is his son there?
You do not see anything. It seems the only person that has entered this room, his wife didn't follow. Only he is here.
Oh, then he's casting Dispel Magic instantly.
You cast a spell magic?
Yeah, this guy does not wander. Like this guy is a beefy boy, but he does.
No, he's not
you,
an idiot.
Yeah, you've referenced several times that he had armed guards with him. Like
Yep.
so, Dispel Magic
Any
instantly.
roll
Is he-
me
by
a
himself?
spell casting ability check.
Okay,
Wait,
not a problem.
is he by himself?
Do I add modifiers to that?
Spellcasting ability check is plus your main spellcasting roll, so intelligence, plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay,
So plus 9 to whatever you roll.
+9. Here I'll just roll an intelligence save.
That works.
Oh fuck, that just went off kilter. Yeah.
29.
Let's
Yeah,
go! The rolls are in our favor today,
Natty
boys.
20. Holy
Let's
shit.
go,
He sort of
Torok!
looks at you as you start to cast and takes one step forward. As you watch sort of that blue color drain from his eyes as he sort of, you've never seen this before, but he like actually stumbles to one knee. And there's a now visible dent and broken floorboards where his knee hit the ground.
Yeah.
And he looks up, he like shakes his head for a second, looks up and goes, I did feel
Huh?
he looks very, very disoriented from his you know, you've seen him drunk and things like that.
Yep.
This is a lot different than that. He looks
Yeah.
mentally and physically drained.
Sir, are you okay?
I will be fine. What do you want?
All right then.
What
I
was
have
I
that
am
for the
I have some things. Oh wait, did you want to say
Anubis?
something?
Hold on. Like this turns out not the time for this.
What?
What am I here?
You apparently had enchantment magic on you, my friend.
Oh yeah, that's probably good to tell him.
That's not possible.
And Torek opens up Trug, takes out a recording, puts it on the ground,
You had big
replays
scary
the
eyes.
control, like shows a direct like PowerPoint of like, yeah, so blue eyes. Down here is my hypothesis. And then cast the spell magic. It's why you feel like shit, my friend. Like has like a ruler stick out, like pointing to the hologram.
You were also furious.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal, actually.
Yeah, no, that
Oh,
one's pretty common. It was the fact that he sounded like a squeaky little girl. I take out the audio recording of him talking.
He looks physically like he like recoils slightly.
I
He
know.
says, It's. I must find out what this is. Why? Oh, I also have to. Sorry, I've apparently not had very good day. I learned that villages along southeastern river have been getting burned by what they call legions of the undead. I'm not overly worried as of this point because I've seen no proof of this, but Town Crier was yelling about it earlier. I'm sure
Oh,
it will be important or not.
and it was here as proof that yeah, the undead are coming. Four Wizards of the Four Court or something like that.
Oh, okay. So one of the big things I wanted to talk to you about, sir, is I have been told that a member of the Circle of Four or the whole group is planning to attack a kingdom, and I just wanted to make sure that you were prepared.
Right. I'm very aware of this circle. They were dangerous long before my time. They've been destroyed. It's not to worry about. This is just some petty, basic, boring necromancer. I will snap his spine with my thumb.
Hey,
I'm-
have you ever
I
been
don't-
enchanted before?
I am talking.
Not for a very long time. I was thought to be immune after my fourth encounter with big angry bony dragon thing. Has a name, can't remember it for the fucking life of me.
I would like to say, sir, I'm sorry to inform you, but they are in fact alive, and then I kind of state their names.
So you've read textbook. It's not possible they are alive.
I I don't want to argue, but we have one of them has spoken to me, trying to
Look.
convince
You
me.
have any proof?
I I believe we do, and I hold on. I whispered to Torok, should we show him one of the artifacts?
He's seen one of the artifacts. You could literally just ask his son.
So,
Oh yeah, I do
you think
not
that would be
whisper
proof?
that. That is
Do you
like,
think? But do you think that would be proof though?
yeah.
Oh yes, show him. I show him the ring.
Grunk's ring?
Uh, no, the chalice. I mean, I realized that we don't have the ring, and I
You
then
don't have
told
the
him-
ring. You have
Yes.
a cup.
Yeah. This man's not exactly a magic man. Sir?
No, I'm not.
You like pull out a cup? You pull out the cup?
Yes.
No, it's in my bag of holding.
Well, I told you to take it out.
I don't take it out. This man has just been enchanted. We are giving it some time.
Oh, I thought you said. Oh, okay. Okay, we have one of the 3 artifacts that they desire. 2 actually. I
And-
mean,
And your son has the other one.
It's not possible. You had that ring checked out. It was, unfortunately, nothing more than little bit of mind control garbage intended to sow dissent within the inner cities. It was a bit of a problem. It granted minor powers based on how corruptible you were. It was
Okay.
red herring.
all right.
Um,
Well- Let me just say, let's imagine for a second that they are still alive. Even if it's not them, there's still an enormous threat that might be coming here, and you should be prepared.
I know enormous threats. It's what I do.
All right. Okay. Other
um,
things on the if you want to say something.
oh, I do actually. So we've also been in communication. Well, not us, but well, I guess I talked to it too. Feywild, like proper court.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they're
This supposed to mean something to me?
okay. I
You-
pull out another PowerPoint, and I'm like, okay, so let me break down the Feywild court.
510 slides later, you turn around and he's asleep.
I told you that wouldn't work.
Look, I have book nerdy garbage. There are people you can talk to. I'm not interested.
All right. Just ignore him for now.
No, not do it. Do not tell
I-
me what to do.
I'm sorry. Do what you like. You are
I
powerful.
intend to.
Sorry to tell you what to do. I didn't mean to. So other things to talk about. So when we
in my calls.
we went to the Underdark and we found a giant demon minotaur, and we believe that it has plans to come up and destroy everything.
Okay.
And
How immediate are we thinking this threat is?
we honestly have no idea, but we came encounter with him. It looks like it might be somewhat soon.
Great. I'm sure there are some magic-y types who can help you with your fae and your demons.
That is what I'm actually here for. I was wondering if you could give us a direction to any people who could help us and join us in the fight against him, so we could
You
also.
could instantiate even that's not a word he would know. If you could prove even and one of your claims, I'm sure you would have more pull. But as of yet, you're a bunch of people who walk in here and tell me a bunch of crazy shit is going down.
Oh,
I-
I do
I-
have one thing of proof.
Mm-hmm.
There was an axe that bears in his chest. I was also wondering if there's a rumor that has been passed that that axe was placed by a mighty king and it weakens him. Was
Anubis,
that
you
this
really
king?
suck at giving proof.
That's just the first one. Okay, was that this king who did it?
No,
What?
it was a dwarven king. We've been through
Oh,
this.
I can't remember. Okay, so by the way, it has a powerful axe in it.
Anubis.
It lives in a labyrinth.
Anubis.
I don't.
Anubis.
don't know what to say.
I have literal photos.
Oh, I can't. I keep forgetting that you have photos. Then show him a picture.
I don't know why you were trying to come up with proof when I carry the proof.
I forget that you have
You
photos
told-
in the Stone Age. Shut it.
Jesus. Okay, so first off, Minotaur attacking the Underdark in one of your minds. We tried to descend to help your people. If you remember, you gave us that mission when we came here. Well, somebody ambushed us while we were on the trolley down and sent us to the Underdark. I take out the thing of the I take out the recording of the Minotaur. This thing was rampaging down there and causing a lot of shit. Luckily, we sent it back to its domain. However, something let it out. Next point of order is I take. Let's see here. I've got more information stuff.
About the what?
Do we have PowerPoint? It's a very useful tool.
Yeah, I just make a PowerPoint at this point of like
Yeah,
different
it's like-
evidence that I have. I'm like, okay, so this is the next thing. Truck. Did Truck see the Fey Guardian? Or not the Fey Guardian?
all the Fae didn't actually like show up to communicate with you. We just communicated as a light coming out of a tree.
Did it speak out loud or inside our
It
heads?
did not speak out loud.
It was
Okay,
just
so then
me.
correction. Truck doesn't have any of that, unless it made a point of talking to Truck.
I don't believe it did because Truck is
Yeah.
not a biological creature.
By the way, I purposely nerfed myself to make Truck my magic tinkering,
Fair.
so that way I can't just pull things out of my ass as often.
Cool.
Okay, so next order of business is the Circle of Four is confirmed to still be active as spoken by the wizard here. And I play the audio recording of the wizard talking about us having to fight the Circle of Four and how they've returned.
Cool.
And I imagine that that wizard is fairly
He's
well
certainly
known.
he's certainly a wizard.
So next point of order is the fact that these chalices, these magical items, are active and are currently being sought after. Like so. And I show like the chalice fight. Because yeah.
Okay.
So I show that one and the chalice getting all crazy and everything. I'm like, that's a cursed magic item.
Yes.
Next thing is this, and I show him busting through the door while enchanted. I'm like, you're not supposed to be able to be enchanted. We both know this. Yet something was powerful enough to do that, and you're trying to pretend like the most powerful wizards in the world wouldn't take interest in you, my friend.
This is worrying.
So do you?
And you've
believe
got
that's real?
legions of undead coming out of nowhere and burning villages on their way here. With all of this added up, I mean, you got told that there were a bunch of idiots in your dining room and you didn't even bring a guard.
Yes, that was definitely not regular.
Like,
Look, all right, fine. You have interesting things that sort of point to each other, kind of okay.
I just imagine like a like Kingpin from like Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
like bald head, being like, okay, hands up, like.
He looks at you and says, "But it's just a hard thing to believe that you're telling me, ghost stories about boogeyman actually might be coming after us. It's look, I'm not a man that really gives a shit about most of the magical garbage you just spouted for a couple of minutes. I do, however, care that there are people actively crossing rivers and burning villages. So, if you'd like some assistance with whatever the fuck you were just talking about, there is a couple of court wizards. There's the teachers at the War Mage College. There are right hand man, wizardy boy to hiking. These people you could talk to that know magic. I not exactly the best for that. You probably even get past with my wife. She's brains of operation.
I'm gonna be honest, kinda was hoping that she was going to be here, but then you kind of busted in all enchanted.
Yes, that's where I'm going next. They need to figure out how that is possible. It's not supposed to be possible. Um, I will look. You have here. Like you'd think it would be like a snap of finger, but that doesn't seem to work for him for a second. So he just smashes part of the table, and a butler runs in.
Oops.
And he sort of whispers in their ear, and they return a moment later with a very small, very, very, very ornate box. And they walk up to you and they open it, and it contains three rings, three Winterwolf signet rings that have much more detail and a lot more, finer craft than you're used to seeing. Looks at you and says, "Look, these are signet rings. They will get you past most security checks simply by you waving your hand. They carry a lot of power. I do not recommend you try to abuse this power.
Never.
Use this to see if you can't find information. I have to go fight a war, is the problem, so I'm not going to be the most helpful for you.
I have.
And I recommend you hurry because they will be emptying the War Mage College onto the front lines here shortly. And a bunch of other powerful figures are about to leave, as well as take most of the stuff you might be wanting to buy from most magic item shops with them. I
Uh,
would hurry if you have these plans.
so wait, did he already mention where to find people like troops who could fight with us?
I know where the college is.
That's where they'll be,
I
right?
literally live here, my dude.
Okay, okay. Just make
So there's, the military barracks, which is, fucking huge and has one of the largest standing armies in existence. There's the War Mage College, which trains wizards essentially from birth. Not just wizards, anybody who can wield magic as their, main force or source of power. The royal, he essentially told you everybody is going to march on these legions because they don't really have a better plan to protect all of their lands and people and stuff like that. So they're just going to go meet them in a field, mainly because they think that they're going to crush a legion of skeletons because they're not exactly the scariest fucking thing in the world for a group of well-trained soldiers and magic
Yeah.
high-level casters. He's telling you if you would like to gather help or talk to important figures or buy magic gear or deal with any of that, do it quickly because they're marching to war and taking most of that stuff with them unless you get there first.
Oh, actually, quick question. With this ring, can I make one commission?
What do you want?
I was currently working on a project, actually. So while we're doing this, and like all the artificers are fucking off, can I get them to commission something just temporarily?
You understand this is political power, not financial aid. If you need financial aid, I can assist with that, but you are better off with the brain fart the Bizarre family. They will be spending a lot right now. They're very, very patriotic people.
That's true. All right. Final question. You're still using the proper oil for those crossbows, yeah? Like you
Yes,
can
of
keep it on
course.
top.
I
Okay,
pay
good.
attention to your teachings. Even though I have difficulty trusting you as well, I had worse experiences when I was smaller boy.
I get it. Don't worry.
You
I
are
get it.
more useful than those have ever turned out to be. So
Yeah,
I thank you.
just some of the guys are idiots, and I know that they don't know different oils.
Oh,
But
I'm
I'm
sure some of the soldiers are fucking horribly butchering all of their equipment, but I do my best to instruct them otherwise.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go. We gotta hurry.
All right.
Torek just runs out. Actually, no, Torek shoots up in a jetpack just to kind of flex a little bit and flies
the-
away.
as soon as we leave the building, I request my weapons back.
Uh, yeah, fuck it. All right, I give you it back because I still do have a casting of dispel magic if we need it.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, let's go. We gotta hurry.
We have to go to the wizard college, right?
Also, I like the idea that Zadar is watching everything. He's just completely silent.
Zadar is a little bit taken aback by the fact this useless group is suddenly rapidly mobilizing to get out ahead of a war. Also, he's talking to
What I,
or he's dealing with people needing to go to bed or something like that.
Yeah.
what I was imagining is he's just kind of unconscious, and I'm just kind of dragging him everywhere by his hand, like a child does with his blanket.
Yep.
Okay. So to the next thing, we beeline it to the next
So you were
to the
sprinting. because this
Yeah.
town is very large, and you would assume
Oh
that
no,
they're
no! I can fly. I can fly, and I can
Yeah,
carry him
actually,
with me.
I'm flying as well.
so they're mobilizing today,
Yeah,
which
like
means you have to. So you have a couple of choices of places to go. You probably won't be able to get everywhere
Okay.
before you run out of time. What
I'm going
is
to
your
send
intended order of events?
I'm going to send my homunculus to uh the Fantasy Costco, or not Fantasy Costco, the Gnome Depot,
Okay.
and get them to continue work on uh it uh circle the intelligence thing.
The big brain band.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm gonna get them to continue work on it while this is going on and while they leave. Like just as
Um,
a passive thing.
Yep.
And I promise funding from I give like the house name and I put the I put a stamp seal of the signet ring
Yep.
on the letter to show like, hey, this is a military grade contract now.
Yep.
So hopefully that keeps that time going down. Because right now Torik's mind is we are so fucked if he can't think of a way out of here.
Yeah.
all right.
in
So
in the future at least. So
Certainly a possibility.
uh after that he's probably going to want to go to the funding and then to the court wizards.
wait, are any of those places where you can recruit people?
No, that would be
We're
your
we're
separate quest.
we're
Check.
not I Torik isn't looking to recruit people because Torik isn't going to go to the front lines.
I'm talking about recruiting to come with us to fight the Minotaur.
No, that's pretty low on the order of operation right now. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a we need to do this, but right now we need to deal with some shit that's being brought down on top of us.
Oh yeah,
Open
which is
war being
happening right
declared.
now, right?
Yeah, open war like Irish just said, open war has now been declared. You were the messenger for open warfare.
I probably should have bought some things first.
Well, that's what we're doing. That's
You have
why
a
we're
very short
going.
period of time.
Yeah,
All right.
that's why we're going to the guys who are supplying like the war effort, because if we talk to them, we can get supplies. We can either split up, I'll go talk to the war mages and you can go buy supplies for us, or vice versa.
Okay, so I did want to buy 3 things, but I know exactly what I want, and I was also this is a long shot, but I could ask uh one of the people at, I'm just gonna call it the Wizard College, about my bow, see if they know anything.
Uh so this would be Torek talking. Honestly, from what I've deduced, there's not a lot they will know. This bow is just chaos incarnate. Just figure it out. That's what they'll tell you. There's a war going on. They're not gonna tell you much.
All right. Okay, so what do you want me to buy from the shop? I'll go shopping
Fair
first.
enough.
I'll leave that up to you. I don't need much. Healing potions probably important.
Other single-use magic items that you might want to think about.
Yeah, like if you're the shopping guy, you got this. I've just built shit. All right. So first to the merchant. So we land in front of the merchants because we're flying.
Okay. So wait, are you both going to the merchants, or are you splitting up and going to different places?
So we both have to go to the merchants because I need the confirmation for the work order for the Gnome Depot.
Okay, so we are both going shopping.
Oh,
Yeah.
then
Well, no, I'm just getting the work order because
Yeah,
once
I
I
get it,
get
but we're
that,
both going to shopping place because the travel time is what I'm just. You have a limited amount of places you can go before they're just cleared out.
oh, I get you. Okay, yeah.
'Cause
So
people are
shopping,
actively marching out of town.
yeah,
Oh.
shopping stuff first, then off to the next.
Open war was declared in a group of undead that got told about, and then since more word about who was controlling them got out, the military advisor sort of just said, "Yeah, we have to go deal with this, or everything is going to get burned to the ground."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also he was also being charmed. I successfully got rid of it because I rolled a natural 20.
I see that.
Right, 20
Um,
for like a 29 or something stupid like that.
Yeah, 29.
Fuck me.
And if you had said like it doesn't work, I would have just added Flash of Genius. There was no fucking way I was letting that go.
No, that wasn't actually something. It wasn't even that difficult because the spell that was on him was not overly high level. It was sort of a loophole
Yeah.
in resistance mechanics.
Paladin's charm person, I believe it was, right?
Nope, that was not a paladin's charm person.
So
Okay.
What is?
Anyways,
This is an arcane ability.
Okay,
Because
so
I'm the master of magic when it
Yeah,
comes to
true.
that kind of thing, which is when you're actually just getting into the part of the game where I can start to have fun.
Oh.
Oh,
so
no.
yeah, into the merchant quarters, like
Yep.
beelining it. Would I know these people?
Not really. They're like a private workforce. They weren't like a public works type thing.
Okay.
Alright.
So Torek would show the rings. Zadar, by the way, we have signet rings now for like
By the way, we need
the military.
quickly.
Oh.
Yeah, so
okay.
we're beelining it in. We're just running. You're actually riding on truck, I believe, so you're a little bit farther behind us, but not much because truck has a movement speed of 40 feet,
You're going to be
and no one's gonna stand in the way of truck.
No.
Fair enough.
You're going to be recruiting
Like-
people. Zadar, you're recruiting people.
I'm what people?
So Zadar, you're back. I will give you a quick rundown. They talked to the military advisor essentially. Told him a bunch of information. He decided that they had to deal with this now, so they declared war. Everybody's marching out of town. You have a very limited amount of time to get things done before pretty much everybody is gone to support the war effort, or all the supplies have been bought out, or something like that. So you have a very small amount of time to actually get things done, which
Okay.
means, what do you need to do in town, if anything,
Oh.
in a very limited amount of time before everything's gone due to a war effort?
Well, there's a few things that I'm actually getting. Not well, duplicate of one item. One of them is I'm getting the bucklers since you said that was okay. Because
Bucklers can be a thing.
Yeah, because
You
I
want-
do
you
need,
have a
need a free hand.
Yep.
So I'll switch it out for a buckler and also more armors of Agathis.
Scrolls of Armor of Agathis
Yeah.
can be done. So you're also heading. We're all heading to the magic item shop. That makes it simple. You're all at the magic item shop. Just to simplify things, because again, it's a certain number of places, not really anything else.
Yeah.
So Torak, you show your signet ring. You explain your need for this work to continue as long as it can before these guys have to go to the front.
Yeah.
Because they've already been told that they are incredibly useful on the front to
Well,
you
yeah,
know,
exactly.
help.
But like, if there could be like one guy who stays back because sheer amount of profit in that is.
They say it's fairly unlikely, as due to the Bazaar's sort of intent when it comes to defending the city. The city's gonna be defended. End of
Uh,
discussion.
No, we
And
can literally
look
just throw
for
some shitter back there.
everything.
And I still have a band of intelligence.
One circlet of intelligence then increases your
Yes.
intelligence to 19.
Yeah, so that guy would just work on it. Or try to keep it somewhat moving.
It's possible. Roll me a persuasion check.
Hey.
With assistance.
Add advantage.
Hell yeah. Advantage.
Okay, so Anubis, what do you want?
All right. Oh my! A 1 and a 5. I
Plus
can't
5,
do there.
plus
Yikes.
5, plus I'm adding another 5 because of the people in the room. So plus 10,
Fair.
so 16.
16. He says it's very unlikely we can keep anybody here. The war effort is going to be substantial.
Oh,
Okay, well, will there still be work before and after? 'Cause-
Hopefully, but we have we have been informed that we are going to war with a group of liches, as far as we can tell. This war could last a very long time,
Circle
unless
of 4,
something is
actually.
done about it. Oh, the
Yes.
Circle of Four.
The Circle of 4, which is why I need this built. Because I am one of the people that designs the weaponry. It's
This
very
is
important that I'm able to design better weaponry to deal with this better.
I wish I could help you.
Fair enough.
My hands are tied. Not literally.
If we get through this, can you help me fund it?
If we can get through this, I'm sure there won't be a problem.
Perfect. I'll take it. Torek cocks the gun. All right, let's go do this. Turns around on
So
truck,
Anubis, while
just
he's
heads out.
A little bit of time rewinding. Anubis, you all run through the front door. Anubis, what are you doing?
I am asking to buy oil of sharpness.
You'd like to buy some oil of sharpness.
Yes.
Oil of sharpness is a rare coating, a very rare coating. Right. It's incredibly useful. It's also very expensive under most circumstances. You were informed that they have been almost cleaned out of oil of sharpness by military generals, stewards by the House of Winterwolf. Just all the time. He's buying that shit all the goddamn time. He tells you there are a couple of vials left, but you're going to need a good reason to take them because the military's pretty much laid claim to most things in here.
I'm a super powerful ranger and one of the most powerful in the world, and I am helping in the fight.
Roll me a deception check. Kidding. Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Deception. That would actually would fit though.
Yeah, he's not actually lying though. I believe his intentions are to go fight things that are destroying the world.
Oh my god,
Let's
I am
go.
on fire! Woo!
All right. Again, this is not the cheap thing. I think fair price coming down from what we normally sell these things at would be around. This is not fair for me at all, but since I'm probably going to be dead in a couple of months, 10 grand.
10 grand.
This is a good deal for you. I mean, for me, is what you're saying.
Oh, it's a fantastic deal. This item's only 50 grand.
And how many? And let's just give me a quick rundown on what it does.
Oil of sharpness. It can be used to coat your weapon or 5 pieces of slashing or piercing ammunition. It takes a minute, and for an hour they count as +3 magical weapons. And can be applied to things depending on the amount of uses in the bottle. The base one only has one. I don't think that makes much sense because I feel like you'd make multiple use of this. Doesn't matter. This is an incredibly expensive magic item because it makes +3 very rare magic items for free, essentially, after you have it. And it can be applied to any item.
I'll keep that in mind. All right, next thing. I show him my nuke arrow. Do you have any of these?
I've never seen that before in my life.
Oh, goody. All right. Third thing. Do you have any elvish boots?
Boots of elven kind.
Yes.
I believe they are uncommon magic items.
Yeah.
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 I want to be super special.
Again, due to the war effort, you're lucky you have a good reason to be buying those things. I'll give them to you for 500 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
Deal.
All this stuff is getting cleared up by the military under military order. I'm making more money right now than I will be in a second.
All right. So that's 500 plus the 10,000. I would like to use the 20% discount.
You're getting so much more than 20%.
Also, Torak's not here, and
Yeah.
also you don't have that discount.
All right. Can I show him the ring that this is of importance?
That's
and
the
I
only reason you're allowed to buy
Yeah,
any of this stuff.
Okay.
I don't think you realize how you're getting like a 90% discount almost.
All right. Can I persuade again to lower it by a bit?
Do you just not have enough money?
Oh, he
He has
has more
enough.
than enough money.
Just pay for the fucking thing.
I
We're
can't.
going
I
to
know.
war.
Like we don't
I,
have
Nolan?
time for this.
Nolan, answer me.
You have 1,436 platinum somehow.
Just buy it.
That's
answer.
14,000 gold.
Just answer it. I'm trying to save money. Answer.
No,
I can't. Okay.
this dude is giving away magic items to you.
Yeah,
essentially.
this is
All right,
literally
so-
as cheap as you can physically get it. I cannot craft those items, and I can craft them at a third of the cost, and you're still getting a better deal than me doing that.
All right. All right. I'll pay it.
Like,
There are boots of elven kind. And then oil of sharpness. Oil of sharpness. Cool. So that reduces your platinum down. Just cut off the 1,000 on the end of that, and then you can get rid of 500 gold however you want.
Oh,
uh,
I had
is
so
there
much
a
money.
healer's kit in there?
It's not really the spot where they sell healers kits.
All right.
That's a mundane item.
Okay. Holy water, alchemist fire.
Oh, we have holy water.
I have
Yeah,
one.
but I don't.
Zadar has holy water. I'm pretty sure, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm looking for either alchemist or oil. Just flat out oil.
We can do alchemist fire. We don't carry oil.
Okay. I'll take 3 alchemist fire. How cheap can you go?
Alchemist fire flasks. They're from
They're
not
50
the
GP.
not the Curse of Strahd one. Sorry, I was looking at the Curse of Strahd flat. Wait, is that any different? No, they're the exact same. Weird.
They're
Anyways,
pretty much Molotovs.
yeah, he says, you want 3 of them?
3 of them.
20 gold.
Done.
Add 3 of those to your inventory, remove 20 gold. What else are we getting over here?
Was next to me. He was next to me.
He's currently he runs out. He does this dealing in the back room. He's not actually near you. He's still
Yeah, I
signing
run
contracts
out.
with people and stuff. He's in the back room. You're in the front room buying
Yeah.
shit. Sidar,
Oh.
do you want anything?
Were we
I-
discussing at the same time though?
Yeah, I
No.
want to change out my shield that I have for a buckler, and
You just
buy.
want to buy a normal buckler or a magical buckler?
Can I get a magical one?
I believe you could.
Okay, I'll.
Judging by the fact that shields are +1 shields are only uncommon magic items. He'll give you a buckler, which is like a shield, but it has 1 worse AC, but doesn't take up the hand.
Yep.
He's going to say, "Look, you're trying to save the world. I will give it to you for 400 gold pieces."
All right, I'll take it. Wait. Actually, can I trade it out for my shield I have right now?
What shield do you have right now?
It's a +2 shield.
You have a +2 shield?
No, not +2, just a normal shield. Just 2 AC.
Ah, okay, cool. He says, I'll take it off your hands, but unfortunately that's not worth much in comparison to the magic item that I'm handing you."
All right, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. I'll give him the shield also.
Thank you. Then I'm just going to quickly go into the calculations for your shield. Oh, it's just a normal shield. Alright, then I'll add this shield to your inventory. I will identify it.
I identify the boots also because I didn't have actual elven boots.
Cool. 1 second. Well, I get rid of that, and then I go in here. And then if I just reduce that. There we go. Also, I need to change it to buckler. But I'm not typing. I'm not using that spell right. I don't care. There you go. Buckler is now in your inventory.
And then I'll take 4 armor of Agathis scrolls.
Scrolls of Armor of Agathis.
Yep, 4.
Armor of Agathis is what level of spell?
Level 1.
Cool. He'll give you 4 for. I don't remember how much these were. He'll give you 4 for 100 gold.
All right, I'll take it.
I just put the spell in chat. That's not gonna help you. Add spell scroll Armor of Agathis to chat. You'll know it. Not to chat to your inventory.
Yep.
That's not an actual item I can give you, really.
Yeah, I already have it.
Cool.
6 more. All right, that's it.
Cool. What else are we getting, if anything, here?
No, I run to the Wizard College to talk to the.
We'll
wizard
deal with that in
people.
a second. I'm making sure we're done here.
Yeah, so shopping wise, I'm done, but I am gonna commandeer a reinforced chariot. Because there's
They
there's
don't have
no
one
way-
here.
yeah, but what I'm saying is I'm going to go grab one.
Your goal is to go get one. All right, cool.
Yes, because there's no way that Torek made one and the military didn't look at that and go, "That's fucking smart."
Well, yeah, they have different carts and caravans and chariots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
They
so-
have plenty of that sort of thing. You can go grab one.
Yeah, Torek
So
goes
Anubis,
picks up
you're heading
another
to the
reinforced
War Mage
chariot.
College. Torak is going to like the stable or some shit like that. And Zadar, what are you doing?
I'll follow Anubis.
So
I
you two are
do
going to
give
the War Mage
Anubis my
College, Torak is going to
PowerPoint.
the thing.
Oh, if you're doing that,
My
then I'll follow Torek.
PowerPoint stones.
I'll follow.
Of course. Stones of PowerPoint.
Yes.
So I guess since 2 people are going one way, we'll deal with them first. It doesn't take you that long to get to the War Mage College. Unfortunately, you can already tell that there are probably 500 to 1,000 people marching out the front of this, dressed head to toe in different colored robes. You assume to signify specialization in different types of magic. As you run past them, you can still see there's a couple of different professor-looking characters. One that you recognize, most of them that you don't. What would you like to do?
I want to run over to the one I recognize.
Okay.
All right.
Short, gnomish man, crazy hair, brown, tattered robes.
Excuse me. Can you help me real quick?
With?
2 things. 1, do you know anything about Minotaur's weaknesses and strategies to fight them or things they're immune to? And also, can you see if you know anything about this bow?
Minotaurs, from knowledge. Not much is really known about minotaurs. They're solitary creatures from the abyss, if I'm not mistaken. Created by Demon Lord Baphomet about a long ass time ago. Is a personal race essentially, guarding his maze. Corrupt people. People can be turned into it via ritual. There's a whole bunch of different ways it happens. In terms of weaknesses, if you're in their labyrinth, don't try to fight them in their labyrinths, where they're incredibly dangerous. Other than that, they're really quite haughty creatures.
All right. Can you see it? Can you figure out anything about this bow?
I can attempt. He starts to cast the thing. Takes about a minute. He sort of, after a minute, as he finishes and looks towards the item, he sort of like recoils away and like blocks his eyes slightly. He
Oh,
says, "Ah, that is a rather powerful item. It seems to have some tie to different terrains, things like
Wait,
forests and
you cut
plains,
out for me.
tundras, and
What happened? Like it has some, and then it.
ah,
You,
it
cut out.
has some sort of tie to different terrains, such as forests, plains, tundras, frozen mountains, deep caves. Spend time with it. Get to know it better in those places. You might learn the thing or two.
All right.
Anything else I can help either of you with?
Okay. Is there anyone here that is okay? Is there anyone else that is still here that could know more about minotaurs?
If you're lucky, one of the abjurations teachers goes by the name of. Give me a minute while I Google the entire fucking faculty for this school.
He's named each and every one of the 500 people in that school.
There's a couple. There's a couple people. I don't have them all named. They're in my Beings of Power doc? Question mark.
Just a real quick heads up. You guys know we're fighting a
Yeah.
vampire lord and a dread knight.
Oh yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I told you this already, but
I didn't know about that.
yeah,
Oh,
we're
we
fighting a
talked about it
vampire lord
during
and a
our one-
white dread knight.
Cool. Also, don't forget to ask them about the thing that I told you about, the magic catalyst if they have one,
All right.
You're
or
looking
notes of a lich.
You're looking for Professor Ilvo Harad.
All right. Also, could he also give more information about my bow?
Doubtful, unfortunately. His specialty is more in protection magics and the abyss and the hells. That sort of thing was always his passion. If you want to know more about a magic item such as that, you'll have to go after Atosh, master of magic items here at the college.
Right. One last thing. I was wondering if you had any insert item that Torak told me to ask for.
Magic
Which would
item.
be
Magic catalyst, notes of a lich.
Magic Catalyst Notes of a Lich.
I don't have any notes of a lich. Again, Ilvo Harad might actually be able to help you there. Protection against evil things. He commonly said a practical approach was best. And for other magical catalysts, I'm sure they would have had some in the alchemy labs or in the halls of enchanting. Unfortunately, most of these places are going to be closed down lest their professors have left. You should hurry, lest you'll lose the people you're looking for.
All right, I'm going to that one guy about the Minotaur.
Fair enough. So you're going to start charging through the halls of a school you've never been in before, looking for a place you don't know of, and looking for a man you've never seen before.
While he dashes
While
off, I
casually, while running down, I keep asking people if they know where the guy is.
Roll me a general charisma check as you sprint through the halls of this school as people march out in a very military-trained fashion.
Oh,
No, it's actually not bad. You get general instructions enough to actually get you there as you can see this man hobbled over in black robes, completely bald, with some funky-ass tattoos on his head. Turn around. One of his eyes is the color of his cornea is actually just black, so he doesn't have a color in one of his eyes, and the other eye is a rather crazy sort of vibrant green color. So he turns around to you and says, "Can I help you?"
two things. I do you know anything about Minotaurs and weaknesses?
Minotaurs. Why do you ask?
There might be a demon one coming up later, and I'm trying to protect you all from it with a group of others.
I can give you but things you should know. They're rather reckless creatures. You'll see might lose their tempers in the middle of a fight. I'll give you an opportunity to attack them. And they will never be lost. Do not try to outrun them or hide from them around corners. They will be able to find you.
Good to know.
All right, is that all?
I don't know much. I don't know if there's much to know about Minotaurs.
All right. Final thing. Asking if you have the catalyst of the and a
Magic catalyst, notes of a lich.
magic catalyst and notes of a lich.
And that's one of my PowerPoint things. You just click on it and just plays Torx voice. We're looking for a magic catalyst
Yeah, fair
and
enough.
notes
I
of a
imagine
lich.
like a thought cloud. It's just
Yeah.
a thought cloud, and you're just yelling at me.
He looks to you and says, why do you need notes of a lich? What are you up to?
Part of this war that everyone's going to involves liches, and we are
I'm
one of
quite aware.
against it. We're trying to help.
Do you need the notes of a lich to help fight the liches?
Yeah, we've been authorized by
I have.
the government. I show 'em my ring.
Right, all right. I have a couple of minutes here. He waves his hand to his door and it just disappears. He says, here. He walks over to one side of his room, which is like just a large library, sort of arched, curved section of his office, where he says, I should have some notes here somewhere. I don't have the time, and I do not know you or trust you enough with these notes to leave you with them. But I will allow you to read them in the event that it can help you. He waves his hand, and the entire sort of bookshelf like slides apart into interdimensional spaces and reveals a secondary, much more old-looking, dust-covered library, which he walks up to and pulls a couple different random books off the shelf, stacks them together, and compresses them into a single tome, which is a tome of black stitched leather bound with a dark bronzy gold material. You can see individual different pages of different things. It does not look like a uniform book, and he looks to you and says, just so you're aware, this book is incredibly, incredibly, incredibly evil, and will probably try to kill you. Don't die. Learn what you can.
So, you want me to keep this book here, not to take it, correct?
You cannot take this book from this room. If you attempt, I will kill you.
I believe you, and I don't want to steal from you.
Intelligent.
Just tell them that I'll come back and read it.
He waves his hand over all of you, and you now find yourself in like a plane of mirrors. He says, you have not much time. I recommend you read it quickly.
I just speed read.
All right.
Oh,
I have to quickly Google a couple of things. I haven't used this item in a very long time.
Oh.
Yeah. You never read
actually,
the notes of a lich unless you are like.
I then stop and realize I'm not going to understand any of this.
Roll me a intelligence saving throw.
Oh no.
Bulb.
How much health do you have?
That's not something
76.
I want to hear
15.
from the DM.
So it could theoretically one shot you.
I have my dragon has potions of healing.
Yeah, not that kind of one shot.
Damn it.
So he says, we're currently in a plane that you have plenty of time to read this, although I cannot hold this for long and I'm going to need my powers on the front here shortly. You are going to get about 80 hours worth of reading in your brain in the next 30 seconds.
Oh, God.
I created this spell when I was back in my school days for studying. It allowed me to prepare an entire class worth of information in, well, a couple of minutes before the test.
That guy is officially Torak's best friend.
Yeah.
As such,
He's just from that he has no idea about.
your intelligence temporarily becomes 24. Your any ability score of your choosing increases about. This is not going to matter unless you intend to stay attuned to this book. You immediately take based on what alignment are you? Chaotic neutral? Chaotic good?
I think I'm good.
Are you chaotic good?
I'm
Or
chaotic.
lawful good or neutral good?
How do I check that?
This is something you would have made up. Chaotic.
I would have been good.
Okay, you would have been good. Chaotic means you do what you. If you're chaotic good, you do what you believe is to be good, or what is like universally adhered to be as good, but you don't necessarily follow the laws to do it. Neutral good means you're sort of balanced in the middle somewhere, and lawful good means you believe code of law and goodness is sort of how you live your life. Chaotic good does sound like sort of what you'd be.
I'm more of a vigilante, I'd say.
Yeah, chaotic good sounds good for you. So you're gonna get hit for an amount of damage for. That should be roughly the right number to
Oh my
start.
God.
So you immediately get hit for 33 points of psychic damage. It's already been done to you. Don't worry about it.
That's less than I thought. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. That's the first hit.
Oh,
You begin to read. You start to feel intelligence beyond your own. You hear voices in the darkness, even though there's no darkness around you. You feel as
do I
if
feel this
you.
pain?
You
yeah,
now understand Torek's PowerPoints.
Can I give up after this pain? Like, ow, this hurts me.
You,
I'm
so
stopping.
you gain something when you get hit by this, by the way, for a second. So you feel as if your brain its consciousness is ripped from your body and is ascended high up above the Mage College, and you feel like your consciousness is thrown halfway across the world to above a dark castle surrounded by a desolate wasteland in the base of the most jagged mountains you've ever seen. This black fortress surrounded by a halo of black smoke and ash. You get thrust through the walls into a central, what you would guess was originally a dining hall, shattered table in the center. This room is packed with white and incorporeal undead in the form of wraiths and banshees and things like that, all responding to one dark creature standing at the head of this table, a man dressed entirely in black plate, his skin pale and stretched tight across his bones. He is giving a rousing speech, which is essential. Oh wait, you cannot understand what he's saying. Never mind. He's talking in some way across these creatures. As you zoom through that creature into a library type thing, where you can see a skeletal figure dressed in the finest robes you've ever seen, stood hovering, surrounded by different books floating around him, as he's encased in this dark field. As your sort of consciousness approach, you can actually feel him lock eye contact with you, and in a voice that is familiar from your dreams, you hear, "Ah, it would seem as if we are no longer alone."
I noticed this, and I immediately try to get out.
As you feel yourself get ripped back to your body, your conscience gets ripped back into your body. You feel hurt physically. You're now physically bleeding.
I
The
have
book
medicine.
slams shut and locks as you sort of recoil back to the ground. Your intelligence is no longer 24. None of the other effects occur. You are now intelligent, you're now knowledgeable of a couple of things. You feel as if you now have an innate direction towards wherever the hell you just visited in that mention, as well as you can feel the mad ramblings of many liches of old rattling around inside your head. The wizard that brought you here addresses you and says, "Are you all right?"
I have no idea.
That's fair. We don't actually have any time anymore. You were gone for longer than I expected. As you noticed, you were no longer in this mirror dimension. You were just you were sitting in a chair in his office. He's sitting across for you. You can see there's protective wards covering his desk and the floor and the walls.
Like,
It seems as if
surrounding me.
Yeah, it seems like he's either created or uncovered a bunch of protective wards around his office as to protect him in the event something bad happened when you had the book. He then re-separates those tomes and then slides them back onto the back shelf, which then closes. And he says, "Do you have what you need now?"
I think so. Thank you.
"Not a problem. Come back. Don't bother, actually. Bid you best of luck in whatever it is that you are crazy enough to look at that to go find."
I really want to look
I'm
at the
not
book.
crazy. I'm just willing to sacrifice.
If you tell Torek about the book, he is so going in there and to look at the book.
The doctor, what were you up to during Anubis's sort of jaunt through a castle?
Why do you make me do it?
You're the one who went asking for it.
Yeah, does the same guy know about the Vampire Lord? Because I don't have his name written down, but the Vampire Lord.
Oh, yeah. While Anubis was in that mirror dimension, you can have been talking to this guy if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, you actually like he's having a conversation with you while absent-mindedly just like half revealing and half just drawing new protective symbols over everything all around the room.
All right.
What questions do you have?
So I've been hearing about this white dread knight called Leech. You know anything about him?
With Leech's back, we have more problems than originally believe. Leech had the power to, with verbal command alone, almost every time dominate undead, as well as give them more vigor, more power, make them more dangerous. Him at the helm of an undead army would be the end for most, I believe.
Oh shit.
Almost certainly, in fact. Leech, he was a white. If you don't know what whites look like, they are. Gee, can I just find an image? He starts rooting around on his desk and pulls out. Where's the thing that I'm looking for? This says their skin is pale, usually seemingly they look emancipated in most cases. They haven't eaten in a very long time, covered in usually plate of their choosing and armed with heinous weapons while commanding legions of undead or just a small undead detachment. Either way, they're incredibly dangerous. Leech also had unrivaled powers. As long as he was killing things in battle, he was unkillable.
Oh shit.
Hence the name Leech.
Well, I see we have a problem then, because I'm pretty sure that leech is here and ready to fuck some shit up.
Yes, that would be bad.
Yes, and another thing is I can't say this name at all. I'll just send it to you. It's Arch Lich.
Zarentes.
Yes.
What about?
Do you know anything about him? Because I've heard some more talk about controlling
I
the
do.
mountain.
Your friend is currently reading a book. The last person to write in it was Zarentes.
Oh. Oh.
He was the second most powerful lich of his age.
Well, that's good to know. One more thing is, I've also heard about this vampire lord person. Do you know anything about him? Because I forgot the name.
Vampire Lord. There's been a couple in the last few ages. If you're talking about this crowd, you were probably talking about Count Vandir. Not Count Vandir, what? Yeah, Count Vandir. Head of the Vandir bloodline. He's very, very problematic if they're all working together again. He was the sort of inner agent, if you would. His ability to blend in and control people passively without really needing to cast much. Just passive control over individuals over a long period of time, acting as, diplomat of sorts.
Oh shit.
What?
Nothing. I've been hearing rumors about how the Dread Knight, and the Vampire Lord are starting to work together. But I'm starting to realize those rumors aren't just rumors.
I'm fearing the same things. Anyways, your friend should be coming out any moment now.
Alright.
And Anubis just continues to float or sit lifeless in his chair. Torak.
Yep.
You went to secure travel arrangements, I do believe.
Nope, just to get a big ass reinforced cart.
That's travel arrangements. So, you show up at the sort of military barrack stables. You can see a lot of the carts that you would have been coming for. A
Yep.
couple of ones you had your eyes on, like you were thinking, I built this one. This one was really nice. It had a fucking great seating. Unfortunately, you see it's already on its way out.
Damn.
You do get there. There's a couple left. They're not the greatest models. Some of your earlier work, but they are still fully armored caravans. Optional mounting points for different mounted ornaments, be they arcane cannons or ballistae or
Yes.
something
Grabbing.
along those lines. And they do require four or more horses to draw, is the thing, because they are rather heavy.
We got.
What about a large creature that doesn't tire?
You would still probably need more than just truck.
Damn.
Shit.
This is like a BTR 60. This is a
Yeah.
APC.
Yeah. You're right.
There is so by the way, it is already attached to such creatures.
Oh.
It already has horses to draw it. 4 of them in particular, you can increase the efficiency of draw if you put truck at the front of that.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that. Truck is going to be the vanguard in this.
You attach truck to the front of this. You ready up the horses. A couple of people see you sort of mount up with this without really saying anything to anybody.
Oh yeah, and then I just make
Nobody
truck
reports
turn
you.
large.
Yeah, nobody seems to be doing anything. They understand you built these fucking things. They're just probably assuming that you were told to operate one.
This
Um,
they're just assuming that Torek's just here for his shit.
hey, he's supposed to be here. Like you're believed to be the one who's supposed to be here. You're all good to go.
Yep.
You hop up on it and you start heading towards. Your friends did tell you that they were going to the War Mage College.
Yep.
Would you like to attempt another stop, or are you going to head straight there?
I would like to attempt something different actually.
What would you like to
While
attempt?
we're going, I'm going to take my bag, my backpack, because I
Yep.
don't really use it for anything. I'm going to put the bottles inside of it.
Okay.
And as I'm gonna go by, I'm also gonna keep an eye out for anyone that has any extra things. Can I like roll a perception or something to see if anyone's got like any
Is
like
there anything specific you're looking for?
anything either grease, oil,
Mobiles.
flammables or like acids or anything that wouldn't dilute the flame but cause it to spread at a greater range or to increase its actual impact.
All right. Roll me a check.
I
Perception. Apologies. I should English better.
Can I roll investigation?
This is less investigation. This is just more you're driving
That's
this
fair.
thing quickly through the streets. You're not really stopping to investigate.
No. All right.
Fair enough. You drive this thing quickly. Eventually, you do wind up heading towards the War Mage College because timed events.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and by the way, I'm keeping it like slung on my arm and like strapping it, like not strapping it, but like having it there so that way I can throw it when needed.
Cool. Eventually, you arrive just as Anubis. Again, more time shenanigans to make all the scenes happen.
Yep.
Zadar, you wait for longer. He starts to seemingly actually start to get worried, and then Anubis sort of awakens with a start, immediately to his feet. The wizard that you were talking to earlier says, "What happened in there?"
To me?
Yes,
I thought we already talked about it.
we're talking about it again.
Oh. I tell him what happened.
Fair enough. Because do you remember what happened?
Faintly.
Fair enough.
Tell me this is the time of the day when my brain just stops working.
Fair. Someone should try to retroactively pay attention to what I said.
Make it
You
writing into your adventures. It really does help. Like just write like basic notes. Like right now, just what you remember, write it down.
so, Torak. Eventually, you arrive. There is a sort of gnomish man with crazy hair and a crazy beard and tattered robes standing out front. He looks sort of out of place, but the rest of the professors seem to be sort of conversing with him. And as you see you approach, he says, "Ah, you're probably here for the two who arrived not minutes before."
Yes, that and is. Would I know the artificer actually? Because I imagine that I probably took over for what he did.
Magical items.
Like-
You took the military position. He was
Yeah,
more
like-
academic for
Well-
the entire time.
Well,
Uh,
I'm thinking is like the
where is it?
artificer would probably still have done Torek's job before Torek showed up, and then he probably would have went on to pursue higher degrees of what his profession required, while
He-
Torek
he-
took care of.
Torak did the essentially to this guy what was eventually becoming grunt work to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
would Torek
name-
know him?
yeah, his name is Atosh.
Okay.
You would have he would have actually tutored you, not tutored you. What the fuck's it called? Trained you.
Yeah.
In your early days to hone your craft in for the military aspect of it.
And what did you say his name was? I'm just gonna write it down.
Atosh. Atosh. One name given.
Okay, then he's just gonna quickly pull up and be like, "Hey, is Atosh around?"
Roll me d20. This is your third stop. Things start to disappear.
Yep.
Yeah, In fact,
Oh
Atosh
my
taps your shoulder from
God.
behind you.
Oh, Atosh, perfect. quick question. I'm looking for something very specific, and because I don't know if everything's gonna blow up, I need it real quick. I'm building a. Remember how we used to talk about building a circlet of intelligence, right? But like jacked all the way the fuck up. I'm currently working on that, but I need a magical catalyst. Do you have like demon's blood or anything like that that could possibly work as something to do with it? Also, he's saying this while giving him a hug.
Yeah, of course. Tosh responds. He's still a more clinical man than you ever were, but he knows you fairly well. He says, "Look, if you head to the labs, I'm sure there'll be something for you. But fuck, here." He reaches into his pocket. Like he reaches into a pocket, which doesn't even look like a pocket on his robe. Just looks like it's entirely smooth there, but he reaches into a spot that is apparently a pocket.
Oh yeah, Torek
He-
is like completely not even phased with this. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. He pulls out a key, which he then somehow grabs the end of which and pushes through itself. It becomes a negative of itself and says, "This will open a safe if you can make it to my office before the entire building is locked down. Inside of which you will find my last stores of an interesting substance. I think you'll be very pleased with its properties."
perfect. Thank you so much, my friend.
Yeah, he hands you the key and he says, "I really must be going. I have to power up a couple of arcane cannons.
Oh, don't
I
worry, I got
will-
you.
I'll see you
He's
when this
already
whole
gone.
thing's over." Yeah. Atosh turns around, steps into nothing, and is gone.
Yep. Want me to roll acrobatics, athletics, anything
Roll
like
me an
that?
athletics check.
Athletics,
Or-
okay.
Unless you have anything else that just increases your speed by default.
I mean, I do fly.
Cool, that
Like-
is enough to reduce the DC. Roll me a acrobatics or athletics check, your choice.
Hold on, I might actually have a spell as well I can cast on myself to make this even better.
Can I
Um,
help him?
Flash of
Can I give him
genius.
like a? Can I give him like a starting push?
No, I don't have haste on me. My spell change was catapult.
Got it.
So yeah, I'll just roll it.
Can I give him assist by
Actually,
like, giving him a
quickly before
push
I roll
head
it,
start?
You
the
are
people,
nowhere near him.
the
Oh,
the
shit, that's
wizards,
right.
would I count them as friendly creatures?
You don't really know them. You don't really know if they're friendly or non-friendly, unfortunately.
Oh,
Ooh,
I'll
that's
add
unfortunate.
5.
to a
and-
9.
Yeah,
So
and then
this is not a single step of failure problem. So
Okay, so a 9.
a 9, okay. So
And
you
I
see-
am flying and a small creature, so I do go through medium target squares without interruption.
So as you're charging through this place, you see a couple of other professors, not overly important ones. They're like assistants to the main professors and stuff like that, and they seem to be casting different wards, blocking off different parts of the school as you approach. And they sort of see you and say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's the big rush?"
Catalyst. I'm sent by my mentor. I wrote it down.
the
Hold
ring.
on. He would say this a lot clearer than I
He
would.
would say his name is Atosh.
Yeah,
because
Atosh.
we just had the conversation.
Yeah. I
Yeah, you're
can't
good.
remember
You're good.
names.
There's a reason why
Um,
I'm constantly pausing to look up at my different documents to find names.
Yep.
Fucking worthless.
Yeah, I was sent by Tosh. Need to get into the lab just to grab something real quick, and then we'll be golden.
Let me persuasion check.
Chances are they would also.
You actually were sent here.
Yeah, and chances are they would also see my gun, and that's probably not something that's.
It's not common, but also they're two fairly competent magical professors.
No, what I'm saying is that would show that I'm an artificer.
Oh yeah, they're not worried about that. They're aware of your ability, judging by the fact you said you were mentored by Atosh and you have a signet ring from
Yeah.
the Winter.
And you said with
clan.
advantage or without advantage?
With advantage,
Oh, perfect.
because you have enough positive things going with you. In this instance,
Oh.
15.
15. That's not bad.
That's okay.
Oh, that's perception. Sorry.
oh shit.
God.
Let me
again.
retry that. Little bit of dyslexic moment there.
It's all right. Natty 20. All
I
right.
can go with the 20.
Yeah, I'll take a 20. I'll take a 20 any day of the week. Yeah, they say, "All right, hurry." And then they sort of, one of them sort of waves his hands, and the entire sort of hallway structure ahead of you sort of non-Euclideanly moves, just to the point where the labs are now ahead of you, straight down the hall.
Perfect. Then yeah, beeline there, just
You,
flying.
you charge in. The labs are broken up in a different place. You've been here before. You head up the stairs towards his office. You enter. There's crazy magical shit everywhere. Unfinished magic items, finished magic items, crafting components. Your mouth is watering, but you know you're here for one specific thing.
Yes.
You very quickly find the safe under his desk, just like he said. The negative of the key fits in perfectly, twists and opens. On the interior, you find one tiny, like eye drops sized vial, maybe even smaller than that. This would hold a few drops of liquid at absolute most. And this is labeled Beholder Cerebral Fluid.
Oh.
You would just. This is cursory knowledge before you've even run an intelligence check. This is incredibly, 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 incredibly potent. The only problem is it still harbors a little bit of the madness of the beholder, so it can slightly warp the item that you're working on, but it's also one of the most effective magical catalysts that exists and is incredibly rare because beholders don't die very often.
Yeah. Torek's going to take one of the glass cases he made for the diamonds.
Yep.
He's got to open that, put it in gently, close it, put a bag over top of it, put another bag over top of it, put pillows inside one of the bags, put that over top of it, and then put it gently into the bag of holding.
Fair enough. You have stored your gubbins. I would recommend you write down that you have 5 drops of beholder cerebral fluid. Beholder brain juice. 5 drops of the stuff. Right.
So would this take the place of because on the scale of like intelligence, beholders above mind flare, would this take that place as well or no?
So it does a very similar job. Mind Flayer juice is a little bit more common. A whole bunch of Mind Flayers is made. The juice around the Elder Brain is essentially fairly common. It's just that its magical potential, because each individual item has sort of a shared variable due to how the way magic is weaved in my universe. This is
Okay.
way more complicated shit than I have time to explain to you right now.
I get you.
Essentially, because it's such a common ingredient, its magical properties have been lessened. This is incredibly rare. This is the first time you've ever seen this. It's pretty much the first time you've heard of it outside of just general properties you've heard of the crazy shit this stuff can do.
Yeah.
And now you're holding 4 drops of it.
Okay, yeah, that's so more so catalyst. I can use the mind flare juice as just a basic ingredient.
Yeah, it's again, Mind Flare juice is still not a basic ingredient. But
no, but I'm saying like comparison, yeah.
Yeah. So this is a catalyst. It can be used in the crafting process to reduce time, cost. The only problem is it has a sort of a wildcard effect where it changes properties slightly, not all the time, but sometimes.
Okay.
Because beholders are feckin' mad.
Yeah, and let's face it, if a goblin's going to make a magic item this powerful, it should probably have some drawbacks.
I didn't even say drawbacks. Shit just changes on it. It's possible it goes bad, but meh. We'll find out.
Yeah, fair. All right, yeah, let's go. And then, because Torek isn't a fuck around find out guy, he's running out that door.
As you start to run out, you can see like the entire space like collapses. So the hallway you were running in that was 100 feet long becomes 2 feet long. You charge out the end, and the professors continue to seal stuff off. You can actually see as we time jump backwards and change back to the perspective of Anubis and Zadar. If anything else you'd like to do while talking to this rather powerful wizard by the name of Ilvoharad.
I got hurt a bit. Is there any way I can heal that with potions?
Potions, quite likely. If you happen to have brought some.
I do have some. I also have spells.
Well, the damage the book does is special, but it's not so dangerous, such as maybe some incorporeal and dead you might be referring.
Okay.
You should be okay.
All right, thank you.
Not a problem.
All right. Do you have anything to boost my charisma? Because I forgot to buy something like that.
I can't say that I have anything on hand.
You're asking wizards for charisma boost?
That's true.
I forgot to buy it over at the
This
Magic
guy
Shop,
just
so-
insulted me in my face. He doesn't have too much charisma.
Alright, well, I guess that's it.
You leave his office and you start charging down these hallways. You're told to get out quickly because the entire school is being shut down. You don't collide with Torak, but you come very close, and you all charge out the front door together. Back onto the ground. This place is beautiful as always, but you can see banners have been raised. People are leaving, like in a mass exodus. Civilians are saying goodbye to the fighters of their families who are leaving. That sort of thing. And after another couple of minutes at absolute most, this place has become very quiet.
Oh God.
Scarily quiet.
Are
Yeah,
we're all inside?
we're heading to the front doors.
Yeah, we're all inside the
No,
thing, right?
You're no longer in the War Mage College. You're
No,
outside.
no. I mean like front doors to the castle. Like I'm going to head to regroup with everybody.
Yeah.
Because the way I see it is like originally I wasn't going to, but then I'm like, well, Zadar's a mercenary.
Yeah.
This is literally my job.
I don't have any reason to be here except that I'm a folk hero, and my trait is that I
Help.
must help people. Yeah.
Yeah, and I figured you weren't gonna stand down from this, so I'm
No.
like, fuck it, we're doing this.
So you are going with the detachment to go fight in a war.
Yep.
Yes, sir. We have nothing better. I've done this once already. I'll do it
Chances are,
again.
would my wife be in this? Because I feel like she would be able to
Almost
turn that down.
certainly.
Can't you always be like frowning? Even
Oh
when-
no, I imagine like heavy duty war chieftain, like everyone else sees her as like terrifying, but then like Torek sees her in waves like happily.
I know.
and
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
he seems the most intimidating person anyone's ever seen. Just always looks angry, but Torok just
Loves her.
just loves her
Just
so
in
much.
love.
I love
literally had a kid with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or like 4 times his size.
Oh yeah. That was an experience, I'm sure. So,
Again,
um,
he has an
How-
18
how are
con.
we-
There is a reason.
necessary.
How are
And
we
he,
gonna
he
do
can also
this?
add his intelligence to strength
So,
modifiers. Let's
my
just
Oh
say
my
that as well.
god, we're getting too
My
into
wars.
details. Stop it.
So,
I used Flash of Genius to boost my performance.
Oh no. Wait. So while
You
this is
could.
happening, I'm gonna while we're getting ready to head in, I'm gonna say I just say this to Nikki, which is the cat's name now.
Mhm.
All right, Nikki.
Oh, that's
if
nice.
anything happens, just rush back inside and inform me, and I just let Nikki fly, just around the building.
fair enough.
Bye, Nikki.
So, your flying cat takes off with a start. I forget the proper name for it, and I don't believe I would be able to pronounce it
Yeah.
anyways. So,
Tresium or whatever.
yep,
Oh,
you
quick-
send.
Quick question, actually. Who's very dexterous here and doesn't have good range capabilities?
I-
Actually, that's a silly question. Zadar, get on the gun in the back.
Oh,
The
I have amazing.
ballista.
That is true, actually.
There's a
by
ballista on the top.
Okay.
Get into it.
By the way. Oh yeah.
So you guys start heading out, and this process takes a while.
So are we walking or are we like sitting?
We're
You're in a cart.
Yeah, we're in a
Oh,
cart. We're
while this is happening, can I just like meditate with my bow to try to understand it?
Sure, roll me a
'Cause I'm guessing we're going through
wisdom plus
nature.
proficiency.
Because yeah, I'm guessing we're going through nature.
You're going through like currently you're going through like open farming fields.
Okay, so what am I doing again?
Roll me a wisdom plus proficiency, so probably a
Okay.
wisdom saving throw for you. No, not for you, because you're dumb. I'm kidding.
Oh.
Wisdom plus proficiency, so what is that? +7 for you?
Yeah, +7. So I'll
Dang,
just put in 7. Oh, that's a T. 7. All right, and then I'll just roll a normal dice then.
Yep.
All right, come on, baby. Flash.
I have 3 of those left.
But this could give me more power.
You could
So-
die.
I could not die.
You probably could.
Power word kill
Oh.
could kill you.
I
I am
doubt you
saving
have
the
that.
flash of genius.
Oh, come on.
Actually,
All right.
Okay.
Um,
No one's sitting there. I know no one's sitting there like, yeah, he's probably on the good for this.
cool. Wait. Torak?
Yeah.
Not Torak. I guess I should be asking Trey. When were you available to tonight? Because I believe you said 8.
Turns out the thing that I thought it wasn't it. So I'm good to keep going for as long
Yes!
as you guys want to go.
Hey,
Fair
Yes.
enough.
Love it.
Just double
It's-
checking because I
it's-
want to make sure I didn't make you miss something that you didn't want to miss.
It's 8 on Friday. That it's okay. I need to go to this.
Let's go.
Got it. Good to know. So, you guys are in a cart. By the way, Anubis, you feel as if the area you're in isn't very entwined with nature. It's like a heavily farmed field immediately outside the largest city anywhere in the area. Not exactly the most natural location. Excuse me. So you begin to head out with this massive, and when I say massive, I mean massive detachment. You see over your couple of days' journey, because this is a not insubstantial amount of distance to cross.
Wait, can I roll multiple times for it then, since it takes multiple days?
I'll get to that.
Okay, just sorry.
Over your days, you notice that a lot of the soldiers that are here, there hasn't been an all-out war in like 500 years. A lot of these, almost none of these soldiers have seen real, actual combat, and a whole bunch of them are petrified. There is a long supply chain that is constantly resupplying the entire group, coming from a whole bunch of different places. And after about a week of travel, you guys have made it out of farmed area into what is now more just open plains flanked by forests, but you guys are taking a more open path so that the entire army can make it.
By the way,
In which time, I'm going to quickly log.
can I roll to gain temporary hit points?
Roll to gain
you'd
temporary hit
you would have
points.
had a full rest.
Yeah, you guys are rested. Which I have.
I mean, each day I probably would have rolled it.
Also, I would have picked your brain for
Okay, so yeah, in this 1 week journey, what would you guys have liked to accomplish?
Do you mind if I roll medicine to see to tell if Anubis is struggling with those liches foaming around in his head?
You can roll something if you'd like.
Arcana or medicine, which would be good?
So medicine would be looking for physical or like literal physical sickness from this. Insight could be used to tell if he is like mentally struggling with something. Arcana could be used to determine if there is something arcane sort of actively messing with him. You could convince me of a whole bunch of these different skills. They just would tell you different information.
Okay, can I roll more than one check to get the information?
You have to start with one.
Okay, so I'm first going to roll investigation to even see if I notice anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
22.
Oh my god, your
Yeah, so
investigation is
there is
insane.
almost certainly something off with Anubis right now.
Damn
Even
it.
since day one, journey day one, you started to notice that sort of had a nervous twitch that he didn't have before. Every once in a while, he almost looks as if when he's like dozing off before bed and sort of like sitting bored on a cart doing nothing. You can see his eyes almost look like as if he was speed reading something.
Oh.
There's something definitely probably quite wrong with him.
Okay, so next, because Torek does have medical experience, or proficiency rather, he's going
nice.
to check
God.
that.
Medicine.
Nice one.
Okay, so the only problem is during this journey, his skin is continuing to get more and more metallic and gold. And it's not like it's not hard to see now. It's fairly obvious. His skin is just gold now. The new hair that is growing out of his head is a similar golden color.
My
as
hair
if-
is not shown because I wear like a hood.
Well,
Some of it can be seen.
still doesn't matter.
20 in medicine. Yeah, I can see through your hood.
Damn it.
With a 20 in medicine, that means he performed a medical check on you. Like he
Yeah.
was trying to figure out if you were dying.
Oh, okay.
So
And I imagine if your skin was going more and more gold, you'd just let Torek.
Oh yeah, I would have. As soon as I picked up the bow, I would have let you examine me.
cool. So with some examination, you figure out he might be sick, but it's difficult to tell what the changes that the bow are imposing are versus if he's dying from a sickness. He doesn't seem to have like the Black Plague or anything like that. There are no obvious lesions or anything like that. So
Oh
Mm.
gosh.
he seems, for the most part, okay.
Okay, which then would lead to the next roll, which is Arcana.
Oh,
I'll flash a genius that.
Flash of Genius that, because now you're actually looking into the arcane nature
Yeah.
of this.
And
Roll me a-
because you
roll
said
me a
this was
wisdom
during
saving throw.
7 days, so
Roll me a wisdom save.
okay.
Flash of genius.
my mind is too powerful for you. Oh no! Oh no!
All right, that's okay. This is okay.
Oh,
So,
Is it?
you do a little bit of not only inspection of using your brain. You also have spells like detect magic, identify,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And over the 7 days, you do a little bit of trying to figure out how screwed he is. And at one point, while you're inspecting him using your arcane abilities, because I'm assuming you're sort of just rotating through this medicine arcana investigation stuff.
Oh yeah, like
over
I've
this
got all these
period of
kits.
time.
I use my tinkering tools and I make a proper medicine kit to go out to look at them and everything
So
like that. So
during such time, you learn a couple of things. There is a constant connection to the Fae, as well as no less than 3 other beings.
oh fuck.
Um,
Damn it!
you also notice that there is active transfer of magic from the bow to him, and from something buried deep within him outwards. There is a battle between Fey magics and necromancy.
Oh shit.
I'm fucking
Okay.
Externally, he seems fine. He seems to be in entire control of his mental faculties the entire time.
for the moment.
For the moment, of course. I'm only speaking about the present. I very rarely speak to the future. What else? Oh, right. The reason you had to roll a wisdom save. Almost forgot about that. That would have been disappointing. During one of your arcane checkups of him during this journey, as you start to discover this necromancy inside him and sort of push a little bit further, trying to learn what is actually going on with him, your mind gets invaded.
Uh-oh.
You find yourself in a body that is not your own. It is elvish, tall, slender, dressed only in rags and tied to a rack.
Are you Jesus?
He is in some sort of alchemical laboratory. And after not too long, you see a man dressed in the finest robes you've ever seen, but he's not a man. He's missing all the flesh from his bones, and he walks around with 2 beady red dots where his eyes should be. He seems to not only address the body that your intelligence is now inheriting, but also you, as he says, "Ah, you're the one traveling with bow carrier, Anubis, if I'm not mistaken.
I was gonna say, if you didn't say my name, it was gonna be hurt.
You are the intelligent member of the group. You're doing everything in your power to make sure that he doesn't turn around and slaughter the innocent. Smart. Very smart.
Yeah, it's kind of my thing.
You try to make sound, but nothing escapes.
Ah,
It seems as if
okay.
you're not actually in control of this body, you are simply being held within it.
Then can I do something very specific?
What would you like to very specifically do?
I would like to roll Arcana and possibly tell if his phylactery is in this room.
You can roll Arcana, which is knowledge, in this instance, knowledge Arcana, knowledge of the arcane.
Yeah.
With a 13,
13 plus 5.
plus 5, 18, you're pretty sure liches aren't that dumb.
Yeah, I mean, I figured
you
base,
you have no
look
idea where
around.
this room is.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see anything that screams phylactery to you.
Yeah, if I can't speak, then I'm gonna definitely look around. Like whatever this guy has to say, it's just going to be taunting.
I have one thing that I can offer you, though. A position in the end of the world. A guarantee that post the destruction that comes for all of your friends and everybody you've ever cared about or loved, you can bring them with you. You can bring them to the world after the end, to my domain. Obviously, your current accommodations are not conducive to conversation, and as such, I'm simply going to release you back to your friends. I bid you fair warning. I don't recommend you're still with the army you travel with in another week's time, simply because I don't wish to see your story end so soon. You're far too interesting a character. I bid you the best of luck in whatever it is you are doing, and I think if you've left the army and maybe you've spent a couple of nights attempting to re-establish some sort of connection, I think you might have a place in the world to come. Anyways, I should stop taking up your time. Your friend is slowly dying. You should assist him with that.
Quick question. While he's talking to me, so you said that I'm an elf, yeah?
You look like an elf, yeah. You look around with your eyeballs. Yeah, you seem to be an elvish body.
In Elven, then, with my toe, I write your name with like a question mark.
You sort of struggle with the body. You don't seem to have fine enough control over this to really communicate in any meaningful way.
Yeah.
But he seems to sense your question.
Yeah, because the idea was that if this guy's an elf, if I pick a home language, it might be easier for.
Yeah. But unfortunately, this doesn't seem to be a body. This seems to be a corpse.
Okay, fair enough.
Seems as if you're being held within a cadaver. Anyways, but
No,
like
no, I get it.
he senses your question and says, "Don't worry, your friends know my name. A couple of them have been asking questions of me recently. They can answer all your questions, or at least they think they can. Anyways, I bid you the best of luck."
Instantly in his head, he's just like,
see
"Oh
you
fuck, they're
shortly."
idiots."
As he releases you, you wake from the ground. You see that you've obviously fallen over. You hit your head off something. It's bleeding, but not profusely. What would you like to do?
Torik's gonna get up, dust himself off. He's going to walk over to Anubis and just go,
What's wrong
"What
with
did you look at?"
The book that you told me to look at.
I did not tell you to look at a book. I told you to get a book for me.
Oh, they couldn't. They wouldn't let me leave with it, so I looked at a book for you.
What happened? And then I'm guessing he would tell me what
Yeah.
happened. That way you don't have to remember it yourself.
Yeah. I spent 5 minutes trying to recall what I went through.
Roughly, what do you have? Do you have any notes taken at all, Anubis?
No, I wasn't taking notes then.
I mean, I should, but
I was.
You have some?
Uh,
Zadar?
Sidar, do you have notes?
Did you take notes?
I don't have notes, but I do remember.
I remember some things.
Yeah.
What do you remember collectively, and I will fill in any gaps that are important.
Okay.
I saw the skeleton
Am I allowed to be
man
involved in this?
with the
Hey,
metal.
you would remember. You're being informed of all this. So wait to the end to interject.
I saw the skeletal man and the metal man talking to each other, and then the skeletal man saw me, and then acknowledged I was there, and then I left instantly. And then that's all.
Yeah, that's all I did.
I mean, incredibly breeze over. The two guys weren't talking to each other. One of them was commanding a detachment of fairly scary looking undead. The other one was sort of experimenting in a lab. Other than that, that's most of the things. He didn't seem to mention all of the crazy necromancy garbage that he feels in his brain, but that seemed to have faded quite quickly.
Yeah. Would have you mentioned that, Anubis? The necromancy part? Like the in your brain?
He noticed me, that's all. And then as soon as he did, I instantly left.
No, but out of character, would you tell Torak that you felt like the necromantic like rambling in your brain?
If he actually, I would be able to actually, since he was the same voice who talked in my head earlier. That's right, Nolan, in my dream.
Mm-hmm.
He did go through my brain in my dream.
Don't
worry about it. That's the information he's giving you, because that's the information he understands.
Okay.
It mainly talked about my past and memory, but
I was gonna give you a headband of intellect to help you decipher the thoughts, but Anubis actual intelligence is a 4.
Say.
Yikes.
You just break the headband.
I must be too smart for it.
Put the headband on him, it would go, "Fuck this shit about." Just stop existing.
Yeah, like
it's all right. It's fine. It's cool.
Yeah,
We're good.
okay. I take that. I take what you tell me, and I'm like, fuck. Okay, so next time, I tell you to get me something. Chances are it'll fuck you up.
All right, they couldn't give me anything, so
you keep making really bad decisions, and you're going to get us killed.
I know I am.
But you keep making them.
I've only made 2 big bad decisions.
Angry Torax. noises.
You pulled the axe out of the thing's chest
We were able to get that back, so that doesn't.
because we went back in time,
Yes. Well, actually, I don't
and
remember.
then you
that
made a
happening.
deal with a
I missed
fae.
the X. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You made a deal with the fae,
Because I was going to die
and
anyway.
then you
I
looked
was
at a
so-
Necronomica, thinking, "Ah, yes, this will be fine."
I don't have any knowledge about magic. How was I supposed to know? it was fake?
Anubis, did you give him a physical description of the book?
Oh.
Sure. I'll give him a description. Yeah, well, as I was describing what happened, I'll describe what the book looked like.
Do you remember what I described?
Nope.
Does anybody remember what I described?
I do.
Yeah.
It was a bunch of different books all compiled into one between
yeah.
black binding of skin.
Hide.
I remember. I imagine it's the book of like pure evil or something.
I
Roll me an
read
intelligence
that.
check. I'll see if I can't fill in the blanks for you.
all right, I'm
I
cool
read
with this.
that.
Oh my god!
God.
Not today, apparently.
Nope.
Wait! Can we not count as an instant fail? And can I try to bring it up?
You can try. You can try.
Bargain
You
with
can
the
try.
Is there a
you can
minimum of
try, you
5
can
friendly
try,
creatures around me?
You can try.
I'd say so. We have an army with us.
Okay, then add 5, and then add another 5 for flash of
You're at
genius.
16.
16. Oh, you've rolled you've rolled 2 ones.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I did.
cannot confirm what specifically this book is, but from the description of the protective measures put in place to guard it, you assume this could have been a tome of the stilted tongue. It could have just been like a Necronomicon. You've heard tell of the Book of Vile Darkness, which is the book you were trying to remember earlier, but you're pretty sure that Anubis, with his zero knowledge of necromancy and his fairly decent good heart, probably would have instantly died if he had attempted to read the Book of Vile Darkness.
Yeah, he would assume it's a Necronomicon above anything.
It's definitely a very strong Necronomicon, or Tome of Evil.
Yeah.
But you cannot say for certain whether this is or isn't any of the named books of evil.
So, do you mind if I have Torek actually roll a either an intelligence or an arcana to see if he could piece together in his brain whether or not he would take less damage from reading it? Because he considers himself chaotic good, but naturally he is more on the evil side, just from
Yeah, I'd say Torek is more of a chaotic neutral character.
yeah.
Weird.
So,
do
do you mind if I roll that and see
reckless side.
if
Yeah, you can roll me an
if it would
Arcana check.
corrupt him completely if he read it?
You can roll me an Arcana check.
So if you roll another 1.
Nah, it's
Oh,
fine.
those
No,
are
it's a
2
20.
ones.
Yeah.
Those
20.
are 2 ones.
Are you going to use any of your crazy shit?
Yeah, we've got time. I'm gonna use a +5 and add that.
Enough. Flash of Genius.
By the way, you could have given me Flash of Genius because
I could have, but I didn't know we would be traveling for a week.
That's fair. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's fair.
You assume if this is a standard Necronomicon, then the damage that was dealt to him is almost certainly just a defensive measure that was put in place. It probably has a way to be disarmed before the book is read, due to the fact that it's just a defense measure that has been placed on the book to stop not the owner from reading it. If this is the Book of Vile Darkness, it would almost certainly hit you less hard than it would hit anybody else. If this was a Tome of the Stilted Tongue, it would, whatever intelligent being was giving the book its power would individually decide whether you were more or less worthy to wield it. It depends on specifically the book, but you'd assume that you, being a chaotic neutral character, again, in your own words, not the actual game terms, versus Anubis's more good nature, you would probably have a lower chance of getting nuked by such a book.
Well, actually, I'm not worried about being nuked. It's more about being corrupted, because I can deal with a nuke. I can't deal with going crazy.
Each individual book is too specifically different. You'd have to learn more specifics about which book this was before that kind of knowledge would be helpful to you.
Though the main takeaway is it was probably just a defensive ward. Otherwise, he would be right fucked.
It's certainly possible that it was a
fucked.
defensive ward.
It doesn't matter what happens. I'm already.
You also
fucked.
realize that he only ended up actually reading the book for 30 seconds.
Yeah, that is very true.
And most of these evil tomes take like 80 hours to read.
Yeah, Torik's actually very much so looking forward to reading it in a really fucked up way. Like
You
it's not
also know
like
that these
it's
tomes
a
are fucking
morbid
powerful.
curi yeah, it's not like he wants to read it to become like an undead lich, because he's got his own way of reaching lichdom. He has no
Some
urge to be undead.
non-issue.
Yeah, he is. You look at Truck, he's like, I'm gonna do that to myself someday.
Yeah.
Like Torik's got it figured out.
Download my brain into a robot. What else
Yeah.
is gonna do?
So like lichdom doesn't interest them. Controlling the undead doesn't interest them. On like it just not like a moral standing, but on a logistical standing. So he's like,
Not interested.
yeah. But he is interested in knowing about that information.
Fair.
So he does want to read it just to see what'll happen.
Well, you now know about that information.
Okay. Yeah, Torik's actually gonna do one more thing. And that actually no, two things. He's got to throw a thunderstone into that bag. The
Okay.
bomb I seem to have made.
Yup.
Make a compartment for his homunculus to be able to carry it.
Right. Take
And
a
the
little
next
bit of
thing,
time, but you've got time.
yeah, and the next thing he's going to do is roll a. Do you mind if I roll a nature on Anubis?
Roll
You
a
can roll a
nature on
nature check on
myself.
Anubis.
Yeah, just to try and get any more information from this.
Could I
Because he's
roll a
pretty much
nature check
exhausted
on
everything.
myself?
It's just, and of course,
You
Flash of Genius,
can.
21.
How do you have better nature than me?
Because he's an artificer.
Yeah, it's
I'm
like
a ranger, I feel.
no, I don't think you understand. I built this guy to support the team. Like
Oh,
He's
like all
knowledgeable.
this.
He's
Oh,
buffy. He's a healer. He's
you stick me
Yeah.
in a 1v1, I'll do well as long as I have Truck with me. You take away
Okay.
that, and I won't have any spells. It'll just be a gun. I might as well be level 3.
okay, okay.
Like
Oh,
this character's built around this sort of stuff.
What are you doing? Nature. So, Torak, your nature. This is definitely some sort of fey corruption.
Okay.
It's slowly converting him. Currently, it looks as if he's becoming an Eldarin, a fey version of an elf.
Ah, fun.
Specifically an autumn one, because they're all themed around a season. You don't really know much about these creatures because there's not much to know about these creatures.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he's being corrupted, and it's happening quite fast.
Yep.
Damn it.
I tell Anubis, by the way. I tell him all the information. Like I've got just a big list of notes, and I'm like, so this is what's going on. Da 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 da. Being corrupted. Turning to a autumn elf. Good luck with that.
What is that? A good thing or a bad thing?
It's very bad
What does that mean for me?
because that means somebody's gonna use you like a fucking puppet.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Like
Also possible. Also possible.
you made a bad deal.
I know I did.
I hope that +1 to hit is doing real good for you.
It also does a lot of different things, you know.
Yeah, like corrupting you.